Shit. Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? Yeah, wait for a couple people. See what people come in here. Salute everybody. H Tax Hammer, shout out. Made back. Tiffany the Bill, Nicholas Brown. Nicholas Brown, man, always first. Made back. Samuel Brown the Bill, salute. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Y'all share this. If y'all can, y'all share it. Of course, hit the like button. Let me see with this video. Oh, for where am I? I say YouTube. That's what I meant. Forgot to do it. Shout out to Dale Barry in the building. How many likes we got? How many likes we got? Let me see here. Celtics already stacked and y'all want Dame too. I mean, shit, whatever you want to say, man. Whatever you want to say. I mean, likes we. That was me. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Trying to see Hoops Life mixtape. I'm gonna drop the link soon. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna drop the link. Hold up. I'm gonna drop the link soon. Oh, stay tuned. I will be dropping a link soon. Hey, we need at least double digit likes though. We need double digit like. We need at least 10 likes. Double digit like. We need at least 10 likes. I think we can do that. I think that's fair. Let's do that. I didn't do that. Sorry about watching on Twitter. Sorry about watching. Let me see here. Come on. Oh, here we go. We got 10 links. I will be dropping links soon. I just gotta do my thing. Wait till the Yeah, man. How everybody feeling, man? How everybody feeling? Also, too, I'm back on my stuff. I'm really gonna be recording frequently. Y'all, more content will be coming. More content will be coming. Uh, so stay tuned for that. I'm about to drop a link of if you want to be a member of the channel. If you want to donate to the channel, donations is you know very appreciative. If you don't have to donate, if you don't, I mean, you don't have to donate, but if you do would like to donate, here's the link to that on my PayPal, Cash App, $sign. Let me see here, or my PayPal at TRUDA, True to God. Um, or you can become a member of the YouTube channel. Like I said, I will have exclusive stuff on on there. And plus, like things that will premiere, whatever case me, that's probably gonna do that. Talk about things probably like outside of sports on there. I don't know if think about making a Patreon too, but we'll build on that. Shout out everybody watching on the Twitch. If you on the Twitch watching, um, yeah, if you shout out everybody watching on the Twitch side, if that's highly appreciative. Like I said, if you on the Twitter, shout out if you watching on the Twitter. Hold the matter of fact, speaking of that, I gotta hold on. Shout out to Cottage. Let me see what them. Yeah, though, man. Like I said, man. Hopefully, I had a good a holiday weekend and all that. Summer league. I know summer league starts, but I saw the news, man. I don't know if y'all saw the news. Dame Lillard is showing interest. I said interest, interest in the Boston Celtics. It's a mutual interest. Um, I had to put that in there. Mutual interest. I'm gonna get to maybe why I had to put the mutual, but yeah, reports are saying like a couple reports are saying that in recent days. So yeah, man, Dame to the Celtics. How you all feel about? Well, how I feel about it. I'm gonna say how I feel about it. Well, I feel. I mean, listen, I feel it would be good. Um, like I said, low risk, high reward. We understand that Dame not the same Dame he was in the past, even though he showcased we've seen that in the past couple years. He's not the same Dame he was in Portland, but because of his advanced age and of course come off the Achilles injury doesn't even help. Didn't help. But I mean, a guy if you can sign a guy on a minimum deal, 2-year minimum deal, and have him rehab, and he can still be a serviceable NBA player in a rotation on a contending team. I think he can. I think he can do that for sure. I think he can do that. Um, and to be honest with you, if I'm Dame, if I'm looking at other situations, the Celtics probably would be, the best situation to be in because because if he goes on the Celtics when he comes back healthy, on the Celtics, he's not asked to be the best player. He's not even asked to be the second best player anymore. So He or even maybe the third, depending on her team, even the third. He's not even actually be a third. Because let's say he's not this to a point. He's not the same player no more. That he's not even on a Derek White level. You don't got to worry about that because we have a third guy in Derek White. So um, I don't think I think it's a great move. I think it's a great move the Celtics should do to fill in that last roster spot. He showed Dame has a roster. Um, I said roster. His name has NBA experience. Like I said, he's a great shooter. He can create another ball handler on the team. Um, I think it's a great move. Low risk, high reward. It's not like we signed him to a big deal or we gotta give somebody up for him. Why not? I mean, I think it's a good idea, and to retool and get back to contending shape. Help us get into contending shape. Um, by not this upcoming season, but the next season. So I want to see how y'all feeling about that. I also saw that the Celtics team is stacked. Like, bro, we just literally traded Porzingis and Drew Holiday, and we got Nang for Porzingis, which with all due respect, Nang's not on nowhere Porzingis level. And then we did trade Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons, but Simons, I mean, I don't think. I mean, you're gonna debate who's better, but that's whatever. It really don't matter because Jason Tatum, our best player, is not playing next season. So what is the stacked team per se? And yes, the goal is to build stacked teams. The goal is to equip your team to best possibility to win. When the goal, the object is not necessarily, Dame might end up in Miami. He may end up in Miami. I saw reports there too, but these recent reports are saying that hey, he could he if he could go come to the Celtics. That being said, too, he goes to Miami. He's gonna have a bigger role. He's gonna have to actually. He's there. Miami is getting Dame, so Miami getting Dame is like they're expecting they want and hoping for the Dame to be the same Dame he was in Portland. That's why Miami wants Dame because they hope that he can be that near the same guy or even the guy he was in the Milwaukee Bucks. The Celtics want Dame because he may not be the guy, of course, in Portland no more. He may not even be the guy he was in Milwaukee off of this Achilles injury. But he feels though that he could be a very, like I said, um, another ball handler on the team. Guy that can be a maybe third or fourth best pro on the team. He goes to Miami. Miami is asking Miami is asking Dame to be one of their best players or maybe the best player on their team. Shout out to Maybach Sports.
Yo,
Um,
salute. On the regular screen, you were frozen. I don't know if you
oh,
still are. When I was in the chat, you were frozen on the screen. I don't know if you
y'all still can hear y'all can still hear me, right?
I hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying you was frozen when I was in the chat before I came up here. But peace and salute to all of y'all, yo. Peace and salute. You back? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, ask the chat if they can hear you, because I can. I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, y'all can hear me, right? Put them on the chat if y'all can hear me. Put them on the chat if y'all can hear me. To my
Anybody put a one in the chat? I should put my other device on.
we got. Oh, okay, I can hear Tiffany. They can hear me.
They can hear you?
All right,
Okay.
about
Well,
yeah.
let me cook real quick, right? Let me get to the facts here. We already know Dame uh shitted on us, right? A few years ago. He did that live. He said, "Man, Boston, I'm not going there." That's one,
You
right?
want to go to Miami? Yeah, you want to go to Miami?
Yep. Two, you got to think about this though, True. I hear all the reports, even the Boston local writers, beat writers, and all this other stuff. Massachusetts is one of the highest tax states. So you got to put that into play as well too, which that doesn't get mentioned a lot. Maybe in football it does, but in basketball it doesn't really get mentioned a lot. But remember, the Patriots couldn't get Ridley because
Give
of
me.
this. the tax, right? Okay, so we got to
Yeah,
mention that.
one of the reasons. Yeah,
Yep,
one of the reasons.
yep. So that's another thing. And third, well, I forgot my third reason, but I'll let you go off of those first two that I mentioned: the tax, the state
Yeah,
tax, and the
that's
video. Go ahead.
that's absolutely true. But this, I think, in 2025 now, when Dame wanted to go to Miami, he was still playing at a high level
Mm-hmm.
and coming off Portland Dame, right? We didn't see the
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee Bucks Dame yet, so he was expected to be the best player and still be one of the league guards in the NBA, right? A top 10 player per se, or maybe top 15, whatever, right?
Correct.
I mean, he goes to the Bucks. Clearly, his age and injuries and age catching up to him. Still on the years when the Bucks, still an all-star caliber player, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not the same player he was in Portland. So now coming off his Achilles injury, getting older, I think Dame. I mean, you gotta be realistic though, right? At some point, gotta be realistic. Say, I could go to Miami,
Mm-hmm.
but you trying to ask me to be the best player on the team
I mean, nah. I
at
mean, of
in
course
my
not.
mid 30s.
Yeah, correct.
But that's why you see him now is like he more now he probably you know talking um to the Celtics or whatever agents with a
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be the best player. I don't even gotta be the second best player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I can compete
Correct.
to win a championship. Cause let's be real. Miami, listen, they can scout well, they can find diamonds rough, but I mean, I don't think they can. And granted, I know people are gonna say they've been in deep playoff runs and finals and all that. That's cool and all, but the East have gotten better, and
Mm-hmm.
they have to show me they don't have the other things outside of scouting and drafting well to win a championship.
Correct.
You
Miami's
need
taking
more.
steps back. They took steps back. But
Right.
go ahead. Yep.
So like when it comes to the best situation available for Dame to try to win a championship and compete,
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be the Boston. The money wouldn't be an issue because Bucks is paying them for 5 years. Money ain't gonna
Correct.
be an issue. So
Correct.
he get 200 mil. He get 200 mil for the next 200 mil for the next 5 years. Not the next
Correct.
5 years, but 20 each year of the 5 years. Dame
Correct. The
Day.
Bucks. The
You
Bucks.
know,
The Bucks owe him
they,
that.
we yeah, Dame Day. We gonna be celebrating we gonna celebrate Dame Day for 5 years. So I think money ain't gonna be an issue. I mean, granted, that's a decent point. Like generally speaking, in free agency and in sports, when you come and play in Boston or any high tax place, right? But
Mm-hmm.
in his case, he's getting paid. You getting paid
Correct.
by Milwaukee, so it's
Correct.
like hey,
So do they
so
end up paying the tax?
no, what do you mean paying attention? No, the Milwaukee the Bucks,
No,
whatever
no, I
he
know
got
they
his
pay. I know
contract in
they
Milwaukee with,
owe
we
more than.
don't.
Yeah, correct. But I'm saying, does
Yeah.
out of Milwaukee's money, is that gonna handle the tax? That's what I'm asking.
No, it's not Boston tax. It ain't gonna get Boston tax at all because that's Milwaukee's money. They have
Oh,
to
so he
spend
ain't
that
gonna get
in
taxed
Milwaukee.
on that. He'll get taxed on the. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I get you. I get
yeah, in
what you're saying.
Milwaukee.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
So
yep, yep.
whatever they is, but like I said, and that's still a lot of money. You get all that money without even playing the game over there, and you
Mm-hmm.
still can make more money. You know what I mean?
Correct. And I find it funny that
So
Jay Williams, when he was speaking on ESPN, I think it was 2 days or a day before they waived Dame. He said Dame and Giannis for that 1 year was balling. No, he said mesh. I'm gonna use this word. Basically, they meshed together.
he said, no, that was old video. He said that like the first game they played 2 years ago. I
Oh,
know you
okay,
talking about.
okay, all right,
He
yeah.
still
Then
was. He still was. I mean, hey, fast forward, like he still was capping,
yeah.
right?
To say out of the 7 years that JT and JB played together, that was crazy. I didn't know
That
that
was
was
a
a hood
terrible
for them.
take. That was a terrible. He said that like the first game they played when Dame first got to the Bucks. That was
Hmm.
a terrible take.
Yeah, that
That was
was
a
that
terrible
was,
take.
and I agree with you that if he comes here, the Dame today, not the Dame like you said, Dame time or whatever he was calling himself, with this Celtics team, he would be the fourth option behind Derek White. You know what I'm saying?
If he can be the
Dep-
third, that'd be great. And
no, yeah,
if
I
he can
mean, I
play
get what
well to
you're
be the
saying.
third, that'd be great.
Either
But
which
like
way, it
worst
wouldn't
case
be a lot on
scenario,
his plate.
When?
right?
When are you guys saying? What's the time frame? When?
When what?
I mean, when he come back, I mean, we
When do you
don't
have
know.
Dame coming back and being a viable player?
I'll say
I mean,
probably.
when he's healthy. I mean, if he, when he's, I probably like next year.
I would
I
say
wouldn't say this upcoming season.
no, but
No,
this
no.
is my
Listen, here's the
thing.
thing.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
on. I was gonna let me
we'll
say this
still
real
have
quick,
him on
right?
the. Oh,
True.
my fault.
Let me say this real quick. My fault. Um, I heard another story. Maybe y'all heard it. I don't know. But the main reason why the Bucks was really mad at him is because he didn't want to rehab in Milwaukee. He wants to rehab in Portland. Nah, but go ahead, True. My fault. I don't know if y'all heard that.
No, I think the Celtics. They don't. I mean, they want another ball handler and a guy like Dame. You can get Dame for cheap. Why not? And like he won't be ready for like next season.
Okay,
But for the
how
season
old
when
is he
this
going to
team
be?
comes back,
What age is he going to be by the, we'll call it 26,
uh,
27?
35, I think.
let me see.
35. He's 34 now,
He
right?
finished.
34. So he'll be
Yeah,
35. He'll
Do
be
you
35.
expect him to be anything other than a spot up shooter?
I think he could be more than that. I mean, I think he'd be more than that. Like Gary, he don't have to be the the level person he was and still be a guy that can handle the ball and still, you know what I mean?
Oh, True
Like,
would want
cause
him to shoot
you could
threes.
average.
True wants him to
Yeah,
be in that
I mean, you want,
Yeah,
in
but what I'm
but
saying is, what is he going to be good at?
he's also a
What?
shot, but he also a shot. Let's not hold on. Let's Dame is also was an explosive guard, and granted, he may not be the same after the course of Achilles, whatever. He also was a shot creator too. Like Dame is, I mean, Dame's the bucket. Like that's not
Okay, so
regardless
he
of
was
if he
averaging before he got hurt. He was averaging what, 24 a game
right,
with Giannis, another A plus player, an MVP
right,
player, a champion. He was a 24 a game. So we're gonna put him on a
right.
team with none of that. I mean, unless you think Jalen Brown is Giannis. What, JT? You think it's gonna fit where he can score 20 a game?
He's not, you know, he's not asked to score 20 a game. He's asked
What
to be another
what are
scoring
you gonna
option
ask him
and
to
playmaker.
do? Okay,
Scoring option and playmaker.
he's gonna be Drew Holiday.
No, he's going to be asked to score and playmake.
I mean, Drew Holiday was
Another
playing
ball.
defense, you know.
Right.
But
You're
you
not
said
going to act.
fourth
Of
option.
course you go. Of course. Yeah, of course. Well, Drew wasn't even that. Drew was like the fifth option.
All
Drew
right.
wasn't even that. So,
Because
I'll say this
Kristaps
though.
Porzingis was never available.
I'll say this though, right? If Dame averages, let's just say he comes to the Celtics. If he's giving 14 to 16 points a game, that's great for the Celtics. Then
right.
again, they're
Yeah.
not looking for him to be the leading scorer. You know what I'm saying? There will be nights where he probably will outscore, or maybe be the first leading
Right.
scorer or second.
I doubt
But
it. I doubt it seriously.
they're
I
not
mean, we
looking
don't
for him
know.
to be that though.
Right.
I
But he's
doubt
not
it.
asked to do that.
I don't think it's going to happen very
We
often.
wait. I mean, we wait and see. But that's the point. The fact that his impact is still that's still like listen when you if he's healthy and if, Grant, we don't know how he gonna look like come to a certain like after Achilles, right? So let's but like I said, the low risk high. Let's talk about the low risk high reward, right? Because granted, it's a low risk. Well, hey, if it don't work out, hey, it don't work out, right? I don't think that'd be a big of a deal. But if it does work out, and nobody's saying he's gonna be back as an all star level, but if he can be a viable, important option where a team still got to worry about Dame, because granted, if he listen, you still got to worry about him. Man.
Hmm.
Still, if he had the logo, motherfucker pull that thing, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
hey, that's which I mean, hey, I don't like I said,
But
he's
true, you're
another third or
saying,
fourth score
you're
option.
saying if he goes to Boston, the expectations are low. I mean, I don't, you think he
For his
feels
role,
that way if
yes,
he goes to Boston? I don't know, man. I don't. If
absolutely.
he
I
goes to
think
Boston,
absolutely.
I think the expectations are a little higher than that, bro.
But bro, he doesn't
I mean,
listen. A scorer,
of course, his expectations be winning a championship. But you talking about his role, he wouldn't be talking to the Celtics. He wouldn't be talking to the Celtics if that wasn't the case. Because Brad, listen, he comes back. Best case scenario, let's say he's back to where he was per se. He was per se. He will have to. I mean, he's not going to. Like, and granted, he had no problem taking the backseat to Giannis, right? So he has no problem playing a role to play basketball. You know what I mean?
right?
And he didn't even want to be in Milwaukee. And he had no problem being behind the Giannis because he understands, you know what I mean? He's not clueless.
Plus, he had an Achilles injury It wasn't like a rotator
Right.
cuff or nothing. So scoring is nature to these guys. When you a scorer, doesn't mean you tear your Achilles and now you all of a sudden you can't score. Like that's the way I took it. The way what you was just saying,
Right.
not you, True. Yeah, the way you were saying it's
Yeah.
like oh he's not going to be able to score 24. Like what?
He's still one of the best shooters of all time. He's still one of the best shooters of all
He's
time.
Okay,
not.
Like
He's not going to score 24 a game. If he was scoring
nobody
24
asking him
before
to
an
score
Achilles,
24.
and he was with Giannis, where is he going to go to recreate 24 after an Achilles?
I mean,
Who's he going to have to play
okay,
but
with
with?
but
that being,
but the offense that he would
okay,
be in with the
nobody
Celtics
asked him to
is
score
totally
24
different.
though.
And that's the whole thing. Plus, with the offense that he would be playing with the Celtics, he can reach that. He can score 24.
No, he can't. He
Oh,
can't
stop
average
it, bro.
24.
Bro,
How
No,
they
he
he
shoot
can't.
can't?
threes, bro.
Time
They
out.
shooting
How he can't?
threes
But
in
let's how
Boston.
he
We're
can't. But how
talking
he
about a
okay?
year or longer from now.
Come on,
We're
bro.
talking, so he's going to be older. He's
Right.
going to be off the
Right.
Achilles, and he's not going to be next
Right.
to Giannis. He's not going to average
Okay.
24 a game.
Bro, but
Okay. He don't have to though. He don't have to.
Okay, so don't say that he can when he can't. That's
I mean,
unrealistic.
first of all, he talking about a game. He talking about game by game, like what he could do game by game. Like
If he
like
played, let's say he plays 70 games when he gets back. Let's say 2 years from now he plays 70 games. You'll be counting one hand how many times he scores 24 points. One hand.
I don't know.
You'll be seeing him. I mean, depending on the team he plays with, you'll be seeing
I
him
mean,
getting.
Porzingis had Porzingis,
You'll be seeing him averaging
even Porzingis,
15.
but even Porzingis, it was the limited time he played. Right, the limited time he played, he had multiple games he scored over 24 points.
His age, though, they're not. Porzingis is not going to be what Dame's going to be 36 or 37 when he comes back, or the season after 37.
Dame,
Yeah, he's like
Dame,
35 right
Dame,
now, isn't he?
yeah, Dame 34. He's gonna be
Oh, he's 34.
Dame gonna be he gonna be 35 this year. He's gonna be 35 July
I'm not
15th.
even
He's
counting
35
this year.
this
I
year.
don't. If he came back, I would be shocked if he came back for
I
any
don't think
games this year.
yeah. He's
Okay,
not
so
coming
let's
back.
count
He's gonna
next
be
season.
35. He's gonna be 30. He's gonna be 36 next. He's gonna be 36. Not he's gonna be 36. When he comes back. When he
See,
comes
Tatum,
back,
I'm going to
not
have
playing in this
expectations
season.
for in 2 years. Not Dame. Tatum's 26.
I mean,
You know,
the expectation is can he can play a supporting role. I don't think it's the same expectation of him to play at the level he was. Like, cause he's not going to be asked to. All he's going to be asked to do is just be another ball handler and another guy, another scoring option. You know what I mean? That's really it. You know what I mean? Who know? Like I said, he could be a six man or something like that. Who
but if
knows?
he's, man,
He
you
could
got to
be
think about it like this, True. These matchups in the East are getting real tough. Think about it. Cade Cunningham, right? Think about how the Pistons are coming up. All right. Think about the
right.
Cavs where they're at with their team. The Knicks with Jalen Brunson. You know, just look at the East. I know they say it's the Eastern Conference, but there's young teams coming up, bro. Like Halliburton will eventually get
I
back. The
mean, yeah,
Pacers will
yeah,
be
and
back
so
in
does
action.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so just gotta make more moves than that. Like I'm not, of course, like, I'm not saying we get Dame and we going back and win it. Like no, we got so just gonna have to make more moves than that. But the point is, it's like I said before, it's low risk, high reward. Because like I said,
I
we've
don't
seen
see it as a high
KD.
reward. I see it low risk, low reward.
I mean,
I see some potential for
how,
him to.
but okay, but how is not a how? But we seen people come off Achilles injury and come back and still play great though. So how it, you know what I mean?
All right,
Especially
so
with
when you
guys
point
like
to somebody with an Achilles, did they come back? All right,
I
well,
said
depending
too.
on the player, who are you
Dom,
referring to?
Dominic, Dominic, and KD, they were
Okay, Dominique is a
still
unique
able to be
one.
great.
He really is unique. He's one of a kind. Now, KD, his game is predicated on his physiology, meaning he's 7 feet tall. He If he
Right.
jumps and shoots, he's unblockable, and his game was never really predicated on being explosive. I don't know what Dame is going to be when he gets back, seeing that if he loses some of that speed and quickness, he's going to be relegated to mostly shooting, like spot up shooting. You know, he's not really going to be special anymore. Lateral quickness, with the handles and the jitterbug movement, right? Like it's just not going to be there as much, So he'll be a middling player. I think he's going to average like 15, 14.
I mean, and that'd be great. That'd be great for
As
any
long
team
as
to
the
have somebody that
expectations
just.
are correct, then yes, that can be satisfying a
I
team.
think. I think that'd be great. That's I mean,
But you
any
see,
team can
but you
take
see what
that.
the
But
the other brother said when he was on here.
yeah,
He's saying he's going to be giving you 20 on all these nights. No way.
but here's the thing. But that's the word of high, like you said, low risk, high reward. We don't listen.
I don't
We
see the
don't
high
like you said
reward,
before.
true, honestly. I
Okay,
get the low
here's the
risk
thing.
part, but I just don't
You
see the
don't
high
know, but
reward.
you don't. But like I said before, though, now I'm not. I don't. Nobody's saying he's gonna be back in his prime or even maybe. But if he can come back, if he can come back and be an all star level player, if for a low deal,
He
an
ain't going to
all
be an
star level
all-star level
player,
player, though.
I never said that. I'm just it's a possibility though.
No, no, you said that what if he comes back and he plays at an all-star level? That's not going to happen,
Right.
true. Look at the guys
But
that are
how you
playing at
know?
all-star level. All right, I mean, look at the all-NBA guards who are all-NBA like
Right.
third team, right? And then look at the all-star players. I mean, he's going to get cooked by all these dudes, bro. Any
I mean,
all-star
defense was
guard is
never
cooking him.
right. Okay, but he's not going to be asked to have tough assignments on defense and things of that nature on the Boston Celtics. Like
But even just
Dame, like
keeping
I
up
said,
with the scoring, it's going to be tough, man. I'm saying it's just going to be hard. There's going to be people
I
who are
mean,
going to
look,
see him score 22 in a game. They're going to be like, "Oh, he's back," and then he ain't going to score 22 for a month.
I mean, hey, man. I mean, the thing. But here's the even, and here's the thing. Even let's say this is Milwaukee Bucks Dame. Let's say this was Milwaukee Bucks Dame. He's not going to be asked to do that lot scoring like that anyway because the team is how designed. The point is, if he can still, like I said, be like I said, he's not just this a rely on explosiveness per se. He's still able to create shots and be another ball handler
But if he
on the
goes
team
to a
for
team, true, and he's unable to stretch the defense, if he's unable to make them see him as a dangerous threat, then what purpose is he really going to serve?
yeah. When it comes to his jump shooting, I don't think the jump shooting going to go away.
Yeah, I think
You
he's going
talking
to hold
about
on to
guys
that
going
too. But that's what I'm saying is I think it's going to be mostly that. I don't think it's going to be much of what we used to see from Dame. Bro, he was tough to guard before. I don't think he's going to be that hard to guard. I think good defenders are going to give him a lot of problems. Before, I mean, he could still with a good defender still score on him. 24 game with the Bucks. Oh shit, is True frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen.
Frozen in time. Damn. What up, Tiffany?
Well, I'm agreeing with you. I thought the purpose of the solstice was to try to get younger. Um, I'm a little iffy about this one. I think we can get somebody better. Personally, I think our needs are more of a big man than worried about some Dame Leonard. True.
I mean, but
Uh,
first of all, we understand they got to make more moves. Like that, we can get in. We can. That's other conversation later. Shout out to Sean Webb. Shout out to Tiffany to come in. But if you can get Dame for 5 million, because we got like that's what the deal probably 2 years, like 10 something million dollar deal. You can't pass that up. Like I've seen this before in different sports, and when people, they say a guy is done, they come the guy of injury, and they say a guy is done, and they come to a better situation, and they can blossom, and they can have an impact. I've seen this before, Tiffany. You've seen this before in
Yeah, but
sports.
I'm not gonna
Hold on.
say that. I can't come out and say that Dame is gonna be like Neek and Dame is gonna be like Katie. I'm not gonna
You
do it.
know,
I'm
but
not
here's the
willing to
thing:
do it.
if he can be like you say, a viable scoring option on the team, giving you giving you around 15, 17 points a game, something like that. Maybe I don't know, around there.
If he
He's
can
going to
give
take that.
you if he can give you 25 minutes a game and he can shoot 40% from 3, right? Like above league average. If he can take 10, 11, 12 shots a game, if he can do it like that offensively, That's
I mean,
cool.
listen,
You know,
If Payne Pritchard is able to get 15 on roster and the style of play he's playing, Dan, I don't see like Grant. Dan came off Achilles injury, and like I said, like I don't see him dropping off to a point where it's like, you know what I mean?
you do know that Peyton Pritchard does play like almost starter minutes on some teams. Like if you look at some teams, some of their starters only play 27 a game.
I I understand Payton Pritchard, but I'm just saying like y'all people make it seem like Dame just going to drop off
No, no,
to
no. It's
like
about the
like
expectations. True, you don't want to set them up
what
like
is it? But the expectation is this: you're going to be just stage your career a supporting guy with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
so he
That's the
was a
expectation.
two. He was a two in Milwaukee. You got him as what,
Right.
a three on Boston
Three at the most.
at the most. Okay.
At the most, because he don't have to be like Grant. If he come back and be viable, he
So
don't have
you're
to be like
going JT, you're going JB, and then you're going Derek White. That's your priorities in terms of how you're going to run your offense, right?
not necessarily. Not necessarily. Listen, when
So
it
what, you
comes
making
to,
it fluid between him and Derek White?
it's always been that way. Like it's time. Derek
Because
White
I think it's
is
time for Derek White to become a real viable option in an offense. I think he's done enough for that to
he's
warrant
viable.
considerations where you're setting up your team's offensive
I mean,
philosophy and identity.
he is viable though. But if that's the
Well, he's
thing,
saying
here's the
he
thing
should
though.
take a more, he should be
Yeah, but
better.
Derek
Like he
White
should
has
not be relegated to, just when he's open for three, they give him the ball. They need to draw
yeah,
plays for him. They need to get him in certain
draw,
scenarios and setups
they
because he
do draw
can he
plays.
can do it, bro.
Yeah, they do draw plays for him. But that being said though, Dame Lillard, like Derek White is phenomenal. I've been you don't got to tell me that about
I
Derek.
didn't see this coming from Derek White, but I watched last year and I'm like, this dude is it.
But
He's a
Dame,
good
the
player.
reason, but one of the reasons why you get Dame because a guy that we traded Drew Holiday, you bring in another ball handler and playmaker. You know what I mean? Anthony Simons. Now, granted, we're gonna talk about Anthony Simons later, but Anthony Simons, yes, he can score. He can play make a little bit, but he's more of a guy that's gonna get he trying to get his
But you know
bucket.
what this is for him,
Dame
True.
gonna get buckets too.
But you know
But
what this is for Simons. This is kind of like a tryout. They're looking at him like maybe there's something here for us.
he may not make
He
the
loves to
tryout.
take the three ball. I can't really talk about his defense as being anything good.
And he really
I
don't
don't.
have any. So
Yeah, yeah.
He
So
may
like,
like,
not
I'm
even
not
make the
gonna.
try. He may not make the tryout. He may not even make the tryout.
Right,
You know
and
what I mean?
and to me, that's
He's
the
not.
low risk that you were talking about. See, to me, Simon, Anthony Simons is a low risk tryout. I think he's on a 1 year deal, so he's basically an expiring contract.
Yeah.
There's no risk there at all. I think he's set to make what, 20 million?
yeah,
Yeah, but let's say he plays great and he balls out, you know what I mean? That'd be good for us, but
Sure.
that
But at
get
least there's
complicated.
upside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anything much in Dame in terms of upside. At least Simons, you could say, young player. I think, what is he, 23, 24?
Simons.
Yeah.
26. He's 26. He's
Is he that
26.
old already? Let's see. I always, because they're out in Portland, bro. I don't watch enough of that, bro. They were really bad to start the year last year. I know they did better at the end of the year, but sometimes, man, I don't get to watch all the West Coast hoops, bro.
Yeah, he 26. Shout out to you. What up, Sean?
Yeah, what's up, True? What up, everyone?
What up, Sean? Hey, man.
what up?
I know Tiffany came in first, so I don't know if she wanted to go first.
No, I was just saying basically like true. I don't like I just don't know what he's going to be for the he has a rehab. He's older player.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like I'm just thinking about us getting younger.
I understand that. I understand that too. I think you can still do it. I mean, but listen, we don't got a bunch of old present people on the team, so I think they understand that too. But I mean, like I said, low he ain't he we ain't he ain't costing much. He ain't costing much. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Well, I
Hey, if
think
you can, like I said, if you can get somebody like that on your roster, you will try to do it. Anybody.
the issue, True, though, is the Celtics front office has to be somewhere in between the decision of we made the Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis moves
Yeah.
to get out of the second apron and to get out of potentially the first apron. Now they want to consider, do we want to get out of the luxury tax this season?
Right.
Completely. Just get out of there.
Yeah, because
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard to do.
because
for any team right now.
they're paying the repeater tax right now. So, which means you're paying more money based on the construction of your roster. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White aren't going anywhere. That's why they're talking about potentially moving Hauser. And even though Hauser's only making like $10 million, it's because they're thinking about trying to get out of the tax at least for this year to reset it, because that's the idea. To me, bringing in Dame goes against that. So I don't know if that's necessarily what they're thinking. I can understand why there's a mutual interest is Dame, and you're thinking about Dame for 2026 more than anything, particularly once you get Tatum back. But I think for them, it's the financials for this season is trying to keep it as clean as possible around Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Derek White as your big money players, and Simons with $7 million.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I mean, I'll now when it comes to not getting taxed at all, now that's you Brad can do that. It should be a miracle. I mean, but I mean, listen, long we not in the second, long we not in the second apron. That's all. Long, I think we close in that second apron. We close, and it's like I think so long we not in the second apron because them
Well, the
penalties in the
second
second
apron
apron.
hurts, bro. Hurts bad.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
just think about the tax from this perspective, guys.
yeah,
You got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown making over $50 million a year,
yeah.
for the next few years. If you get a chance to reset the tax, that makes it less likely that you even have conversations about trading Jaylen Brown down the line, because you're not.
Yeah.
But Sean, they're talking about it now, like ownership would be fielding offers for JB
Yeah, I mean,
and Derek. Well, I mean, I've never heard the ownership or management come out and say anything publicly.
No, they came out. They came out. Teams have offered deals. Don't get it twisted. Of course, you have to
But think about like what the haul would have
hey,
to
listen.
be. It would have to be immense. It would
yeah,
have to be tons of draft capital and ready now players.
Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah. I mean, it had to make sense, right? And again, I don't think, because it's a new ownership group, I think their big thing is they're looking at spending in this new landscape with this new CBA over everything. It's not difficult to have two guys making the money that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are making, but you got to consider how you're filling out the roster around them, which is why if they could flip Simons making $27 million, if they can flip Simons for a guy making $17 million, they'll do it, because again, it lessens that tax burden.
Well, they might want to play out with a little bit of time here, because I think the salary cap goes up 11 million the following year.
Yeah, I mean
so that'll help a little bit too. So that gives them some wiggle room just with time passing on the CBA.
Right, yeah, but I'm just saying, just because of even with the salary cap going up, they're going to look at, we've been a tax-paying team for this many years in a row. We are paying the repeater tax.
Right.
If you can take one season and reset that helps you immensely for the next several years. And that's what they got to be thinking, I believe, in the front office.
I think that's what Golden State did. I think that was their whole concept as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's definitely tricky right now for the Celtics, because like the Tatum Haliburton thing, his because I saw Duncan Robinson, how the contract he got paid, and it was like
that was a bad contract. I mean, the Heat typically don't do those things, bro. But Duncan Robinson
Detroit signed to a $48 million deal,
and he hasn't really done anything.
But to my point, to that point, Sam Hauser, he's only making making what he got. He signed his contract starts this year of $40 million.
Yes,
4 years. How many years? 4 years. 4 years.
So his contract is a little. His contract is. I mean, because if he went on the market, he probably got made a little bit more money if he was a free agent this year. So it's like, he probably look at it like, if we go and trade, listen, Sam Hauser is not saying he's untradeable, but it has to. We gotta get that's a viable contract. It's like paying Pritchard. One reason why I'm paying Pritchard, he ain't gonna get traded anytime soon. Probably, like if he did get traded, the talk's gonna happen. It's gonna be like end of his contract, because man making less than $10 million. He got the best value contract in the league right now. You playing like that and you making like less than $10 million, you can't just trade that just to trade that. You know what I mean? Just because. So it's tricky right now when it comes to that, about like the spending money and things of that nature, not trying to be in a luxury tax. I mean, they're curious on what their next move. And like Tiffany mentioned about the big man situation, I've seen all the reports. Like I said, it'd be interesting. I don't. But here's the thing too. Like I said, these reports, hey, it may not be true. That be with all that being said, because Brad Stevens, one thing about Brad, he'll do a move that you won't see coming. It always like what? It's like I ain't see, like what? Like the every Simon Drew holiday. It's like what the who saw that? Like I was seeing the Dallas and the Kings reports. Next thing you know, it'd be like some left field, like, oh snap, it'd be a good deal. I saw Claxton. I saw the report Claxton for assignments because we desperately need a big right now. We got the worst rotating bigs in the league right now. Good gracious. Like I don't know who's gonna be. Listen. Listen, they can play. Listen, if Luke Garza, if they can prove me wrong. Hey, listen, show. Hey, I like Amari Williams, but I think he's more of a project. I don't think so. They should get someone to draft. We got somebody to draft, but listen, I mean, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. We definitely need a big because listen, our big man rotate. Listen, everybody when they play against the Celtics next season, as right now, because things could change. They feasting. Bam, who gonna guard Bam? Who gonna guard Bam? We got Luke Garza. Tillman, like I said, Tillman he regressed last season. I don't know who he gonna look like.
He
I
really. I had high hopes for him.
I ain't gonna lie, man. This remind me of 2021, man. This remind me of 2021 over. This oh my god, that was man. Listen, now this is low key worse though. This low key we ain't man. Don't get oh my goodness. Them lineups in 2021, man. How Daniel Tyson, Sammy Ojale. That was some Tristan Thompson. Shit, I don't listen. We got Gordon Nang. I can't stand him. Gordon Nang got the most wins in 2020s. I saw that. That's like he don't. Somebody got that guy changed soon, man. It it was like it was like a graphic of the player with the most wins in like each decade, and like all the Hall of Famers, them dunking all that, and it's like there's Nang in the 2020. Somebody got to change that because I don't. If he make, I seen pictures of him may start on the team. I was like, man, we gotta figure that big man for rotation out because yeah, but Nick Claxton, but I wouldn't mind Simon for Nick Claxton. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that because we do need a center, we do need a big, and like I said, because I don't know, we gotta figure something out.
Hey, true.
I'm here, listen.
Give me your thoughts on Houston, man. What do they got going on there?
They won the winners of off season.
Yeah, you think so?
They won the winners of off season. I
Uh,
don't think they can win a
I
championship
really like
because
the first.
I don't think they can win a championship because KD is old. Listen, my thing is this: if your best player is like in that age group, I don't care how great their player person what is. I don't think, especially if you don't got like for example, if it's not no Kareem Magic Johnson situation, right? I don't. It's not going to work. Now, Grant. Now, if Amen and Sengun can up their levels to be All NBA caliber per se, I think Sengun is close.
Well, Sengun is an all-star very quickly,
And
right?
Sengun should have made All NBA this year.
Yeah. He's an all-star.
That's
Yeah,
why
for sure.
I said close because like he get to that like top 15, like okay, he's in these definitely convos, right? Like and Amen gets to an all like okay, he's one of the best guards in the, like not that he don't gotta be like a
Well, he needs
if
to
he gets
continue to
like
progress, like addressing the
yeah,
weaknesses of
progress,
his game,
period.
right? Continue to get
Yeah,
better.
for Jabari, yeah. I think okay now that could be okay a rare situation where a guy that advanced age because KD's still phenomenal. I'm not. He's still, but that being KD's not the same. Even though KD is great, he ain't gonna be the same player he was last year,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
I'm
it's
with you.
like, I mean, so it's gonna be interesting with them.
Yeah, like
They
what is their window? People thinking they expecting to win this year. They're
it's
not better
2 years.
than Thunder. Yeah,
It's
it's
definitely 2 years, especially the length of that KD. Because I think what KD
Well,
they said that when he
he's only
signed
got
the extension
I
for
think 3 is a
2 years,
stretch, but yeah, 2 years.
he's
Yeah.
only got
two
a
or
year left.
3 years.
He's only got a year left on his deal.
Yeah,
And if he's trying to win, I don't think it's beyond possibility that he signs a very team-friendly extension so they
Right.
get flexibility to
Hmm.
Yeah.
add to the
I
roster.
saw someone it was like two. I saw it was something like a team friendly. It was like a possible extension talks, a friendly 2-year extension or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that's what Fred VanVleet did. He did. He
Yeah,
literally
But
exactly.
signed like a 2 year
teams have shown the propensity to overpay for age stars. That's the bad thing about all this.
I think KD understands though. I think KD understands like if they want to try to compete and win, he gonna try to, of course, be that veteran presence still, and like because like I say, Amen and Sangoon, I think Amen could be one of the best guards in the league if he keeps on developing. He has a special talent. He keep on going, but he's not ready yet though. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So so it's they gonna be they Houston they cook. They cook. I'm not gonna lie. They definitely cook.
They're interesting. I think Denver's interesting, of course, because of Joker.
Now hold up though. Hold. Denver was one of the winners though. But that Valanciunas
Yeah, they made
situation
some
is
solid moves. Yeah, I agree. But
no,
I'm
but no,
saying
but that
they
Val
didn't make any of
no
these
time.
moves, and they went 7 games with the champs, bro.
No, but this is an issue. They have an issue now though.
Really?
The Valanciunas don't want to be in the NBA no more.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw that. Yeah.
I mean,
So
if that team, the Greek team's not going to buy him out, they have to basically buy him out of
yeah,
his contract, and they're not going to do that.
yeah, they're not gonna do that. Yeah, it,
But
So
let's say he doesn't
it's,
suit
it's,
up.
it's,
Let's say he doesn't play, bro. They moved from Porter. They went with Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson brings you, I believe, a little bit more reliable scoring than Porter Jr. I think that's a fair assessment. A little bit more reliable. I think he's. I think
and he gonna pass the
defensively. I
ball.
mean, would you think
He gonna
there's a
get
big difference?
more passes too, more swings. Because
Yeah, you said Porter don't want to give up.
he did pass for a time, but sometimes he get in his mode though. It didn't matter. Like he pulling, he's shooting that, he's shooting that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we go.
yeah.
You will
yeah,
get a couple more swings. You know, so me.
yeah, I think the big
Um,
thing with Denver, and to just put a point on it, is they struggled with the non-Joker minutes last year badly.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
did.
plus minus when he's on and off the floor was the worst in the NBA, even worse than SGA for that team. So they needed to address that. I think they have, and obviously, adding depth was a big issue
They
because
got
they
Bruce Brown back over there.
got Bruce Brown, they got Tim
that
Hardaway
was great move.
Jr. And if Valanciunas isn't back, that frees up the $14 million mid-level exception for them to go out
Hey, there's somebody they can get.
and a couple people
I
they can go
hate.
out and get. So
Hey, listen,
you know,
a champion. They can get a champion. They, that's what I think. I think that that's not a true situation because he said he would give all his money up, Sean. He's saying y'all can take the money. Hey, listen, y'all can take the money. I'm playing over here, man. Y'all,
yeah.
I'm sick and tired of moving, man. So I mean, we'll see how that. But I will say this though, if I'm Denver, I ain't gonna lie. Listen. I'll release Valanciunas. He don't want to be there. I don't know, not really. How that work? Oh, they gotta do. It got what is it, Sean? Because you can't just because if you release him, it'd be hurt. It'll hurt the Nuggets. Like what is it like? If a person don't
You
want to
think
be,
there's some kind of like an amnesty type thing for a guy who never even played for you?
Basically what you can do is put them on the reserve list. Um, that's really it. So you still maintain that player's rights if they decide they're going to come back to the NBA. Now what happens basically is if he doesn't suit up for them this year, he's under contract, but he doesn't suit up for them this year, then that contract basically can roll over to 2026. They would still have his rights.
So he's going to basically retire and never play.
I mean, that seems like where it's heading, but they've made it clear to him they intend for him to.
they want him.
They want him. They didn't make the trade because they wanted him.
Yeah.
I don't know what his rationale is, but
Wonder why the change of heart, man.
for him,
He
Yeah.
probably because all the moving and
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's been on like
he can make a decent.
14. He's been on like 14s in the last 2 years. I think that's a big.
He should tie leasing, man. All these penthouses and
Yeah, you know,
God damn, man.
I don't know what
This is my favorite food spot down the street.
I don't know what his personal life situation is. Like he has wife and kids or whatever. But yeah, that's I don't know if y'all heard, if y'all saw Chris Paul interview with Jamel Hill, but he's talking like the last few years, he's basically been away from his family the entire NBA season because they live in LA.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I ain't know that.
I mean, I would say that Chris Paul should probably retire.
That.
I mean, he ain't playing
Well,
meaningful
this is farewell
basketball.
season. Well, this is last season. He said too on that podcast.
I mean, he's milking the game, bro. That's what I think.
He hinted this would probably be it if he does.
I ain't gonna say he's milking the game. If you able to play, listen. If you able to play in the NBA, and granted, you saw what he did last year. He was starting point guard, played every game. I mean, shoot, why not? If
You don't think he's milking the game, bro?
It's not like it ain't. I mean, it ain't like he just like out there to be out there. He's competing, like like he loves the game and he's able to compete at a certain level. So,
yeah.
And we'll say this: that report saying that he want to be a starting point guard. Like, I mean, it's like if you want to be close to your family, why are you going to Milwaukee? That don't make any sense to me though. But I mean, outside of that, I mean,
Wells. I mean, you probably feel well.
the Clippers. I know the Clippers. I mean, if he's in LA,
I don't see him.
Clippers are. I mean, that's one of the. I mean, if he been away from his family, right, and Clippers not gonna be a bad team.
Are they even interested in him?
Yeah, I mean, if a team, listen, Chris Paul. I mean, they need another play. I think they need another backup point guard anyway.
How did he and James Harden get along?
He's a good. That's the question too.
After he stabbed me in the back.
That's a good question though. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, James. I don't know. James is an interesting character though. I think it's like because it seems like because a lot of his fall now to just
wait. You guys say Mongo Slade? You talking about James Harden?
Oh man, James is a character because like remember him and
he
Westbrook
looks like Mongo Slade, bro. Stop playing.
Hey man, I don't know, man. It's gonna be very interesting though.
It's a good throwback, Sneed. Good throwback there.
Yes, that was.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. I mean, I think Chris Paul can play anywhere, right? I mean, I don't think it's a question of that. I just think, what does he want at this point? I think he still wants to try to have a chance to win. And the Clippers, I think, feel like they got a chance to win, so it would make sense. The James Harden factor for me is the only issue there.
I remember slapping his head. I just remember James Harden smacking his head in a huddle. So that is interesting. Speaking of the free agent guards, man, Russell Westbrook, it looks like he won't be back in Denver. Especially with that team, I'd assume that because of the Tim Hardaway Jr. move, them getting him and Bruce Brown Jr. So I heard the Kings may be interested in Russ, but I ain't gonna lie though, man. And I hate to say it by this team, he go to the Knicks. That'd be a solid move. I think Russ, if he wants to compete and try to win the best ability, I think it'd be the Knicks. I like the move they did this season. They got Jordan Clarkson. They got Yabusele. That was a good move in their front court.
And
they added Russ.
Coach.
Hey, he was best. He was one of the best available.
After what Sacramento did to him.
Hey, Mike Brown, just pray, man. I'm just saying because I can see it now. It's gonna be listen, it's good right now, but it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get nasty, and it's like
because I'll wait.
I don't listen.
Bro, I don't know how
Shout
many
out
years
Mike
Mike
Brown, man.
Brown's gonna make it out of New York,
Mike
bro.
Brown love coach. I'll say this. I would say this. He loved coaching. That's why, because
He
when he
does
took
love
that job,
coaching.
he
That's
loves
facts,
coaching.
bro.
Because that's the only reason why he took that job. That's the only reason why he took that job. He loved coaching.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, wherever he goes, they get better. The
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lakers,
to a certain extent, yeah.
the Lakers situation was jacked up because there was a certain person there that just didn't buy into what he was doing.
Dude, Kobe hated his guts.
Right.
No, you just say it.
Yeah, because he didn't buy in, and Mike Brown, if y'all have ever watched, his teams, particularly post Cleveland, he's an offensive guru.
Yeah.
So
Which is
and
crazy because in Cleveland they had like top 3, top 5 defense perennially.
right, yeah. So, he's someone who I think tends to do a good job of figuring out, hey, this is what we have from a personnel perspective. Here's how we're going to play. The only thing that killed him in Cleveland was, to me, the issue in Cleveland was they were still trying to play two bigs when some of the teams they were matching up with in the playoffs had gone more to that 4 in, that 4 out
Are you
formula.
talking about the Magic?
The Magic, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but he is like that as a coach. To me, my concern with him for New York is Jalen Brunson pounds the ball, and he's a guy that wants the ball moving constantly. He wants flow. And
but look at his pieces, right?
I think that's going to change
I
though.
think
With Mike.
I think OG could be make the progression too. Like he could have a more prominent role. I mean, you typically look at what Mike Brown has done. He's always had multiple perimeter guys contributing. Like what he did. Like if you look at Cleveland, even smaller scale, but look at Cleveland. Delonte West was an effective player for the Cavaliers. He was very good. Anthony Parker was was he EuroLeague? He comes back to the NBA and plays for the Cavs and shoots 40% from 3. Those later years in Cleveland, those last 2, whatever they were, 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. I think the offense. I think that's dead. That pounding the ball. One of the reasons. I mean, be honest with you, it's. I think that was a personnel issue too. Why he was pounding the ball like that, also because last year he's the only person on that team can constantly create for others. Which, granted, that may still be a problem. So, hey, you know what? I may stand corrected. That's why I said Knicks need to go try to sign Russ. Because Russ is big. Granted, I understand people don't like Russ. He gonna have them turnovers though, but he can create for others. Because Jordan Clarkson, that was a good move, but come on, Jordan Clarkson getting there, all he do want to score.
Chuck it
He
around.
ain't pass, he ain't passing the rock. He getting in the job, get a bucket. Deuce McBride, he cool, but he's he could get a bucket. So when you got Jalen Brunson there, you know what I mean? He kind of had no choice to be up to pound the ball because in a
I mean, the
sense,
cat situation is one to watch too. Like, is he going to continue to be a one-sided player? When is this guy going to
that's always
actually? But like, I don't expect it to happen. But maybe some people do. I don't know.
that's always going to be like his defense going to be like. Granted, he's going to have some moments like I've seen him have played good defense before, but he's always going to be like not a good defender. I mean, he's going to have his moments, having good defensive plays here or there because of his size and length. But I mean,
But he just scoops up all these crazy fouls. It's just like, what the hell was
yeah,
that?
yeah. So I mean, that's going to be
yeah,
it's going to be.
and I would think Mike Brown would, the biggest issue with Thibodeau, I think, was just his inflexibility. Mike Brown has shown the propensity to be very flexible. So
That's true. Yeah.
yeah. Will the Knicks, try to play more zone with Cat? Will they, try to, will they just ask him to be in drop coverage more rather than showing so hard on those high screening rolls so he doesn't pick up the fouls 30 feet from the basket? So I think it'll be a little bit of give and take there, but I think it was a good hire by the Knicks. And in my view, I mean, I don't see them not getting past or getting to the Eastern Conference Finals again with Mike Brown next year. I think they'll be right back there.
Yo, Sean, did you appreciate how the Knicks were trying to take everybody's girl, bro? Did you appreciate that?
saying, nah, I ain't gonna lie. They pray to God Mike Brown signed that with y'all because that they were looking bad. They even talk to South Carolina for the stuff. Dogs.
No,
Hey, can we get an interview? They was like, come on, bro. They was down bad. They lucky they got Mike Brown. 'Cause
well, he brings credibility to the position. If they would have really brought Don Staley, a lot of people would have been questioning that move.
No, listen, I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even the Mike Brown, I think that Mike Brown's a great hire though. But like, I ain't gonna lie. They going. I mean, it was just the time stamp on it. It's 10:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. An hour. Listen, they gonna throw them on a good bus.
Yeah,
Granted, they may go to Eastern Conference Finals. They gonna have success, but then you know, Knicks come up. Where's the championship at? Where the finals appearances and stuff at? And it's like
Yeah, that's what
they
they
gonna throw them.
if
They're
they can
gonna
get
throw them on.
close to the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, they better chill out on that too. Listen, with
Exactly.
Mike Brown, they better chill out on that because they can't do what they did to Tibbs to Mike Brown because yeah, hopefully Mike Brown can fix that coaching style for up too though because that's crazy that none of them got interviewed. It's kind of rare by the way. A head coach Thibodeau gets fired, but you don't trust nobody on that staff on that assistant coaching to get a
nothing, nothing,
opportunity.
nothing from internal, nothing.
Yeah, they gotta fix that. They gotta fix that too. That coaching staff. They gotta upgrade that too. Well, Rick Brunson's still gonna be there, so that
Yo,
ain't
is
gonna change.
Denver gonna stick with Edelman?
Yeah, they hired him.
No.
Yeah, I think JJ assistant now too over there. JJ Burns
Yeah.
assistant over there too. I think
Yep.
I just saw that.
Uh,
So maybe. Hey, I mean, it's gonna be
and
interesting to see what the Knicks do. But I think
I think Jared Dudley is over there now as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Bro,
he's
the
there.
NBA coaching situation is crazy. JJ Redick is the coach of the Lakers, bro. That shit's crazy to me.
hey, I'll say this though about JJ. He gotta stop being emotional though about certain things though. I'll give him like he gotta stop being emotional about certain things. But I don't think he's a bad coach. I mean, granted, the
So
fact
you
he
think
took
he's
that
so you
team,
think he's a good coach?
yeah, I think he's decent for what he do as a rookie head coach last year.
What did he do as a rookie head coach? What did he accomplish?
To the third. See, I mean, when
So
it
for what? So rookie head coach is supposed to all rookie head coach is supposed to do what he did last year.
Bro, this fool said he was the Socrates of basketball. He's the one who set the standard. I didn't have any expectations. He's the one who
I
said
mean,
everybody's doing it wrong. I'll show you how to do this.
I mean,
He said
hey
that.
man, hey,
he didn't know.
I'm just
He
I'm
just
just saying I'm just
so
saying like
talking.
objective. Listen, you talking to a Celtics fan, bro. I'm not. If I want to listen,
Bro, he
objectively
got
speaking,
cooked. He got cooked by John Finch, bro. Minnesota. Who that?
he got better. Fish. Okay, but Fish also got better as a coach too, though. To be fair,
But I'm just saying, who is that,
that's not
bro?
no. Hey man, listen. I'm just saying though. I mean, we'll see what JJ do this year. Now, Grant, do I think now if you asking me, can he win can he be a level coach to bring a team to a championship as of right now? No, but and like you said too, he got a good coaching staff over there too. Though let's not
Very
forget that
good.
he do got a good
Very.
coaching staff over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah,
He got one of the best coaching staffs in the league. So I
yeah.
mean,
Let's remember
granted,
Scott Brooks
Yeah,
was in
that
the
mug not
finals in 2012, right?
who.
Scott
yeah,
Brooks.
so
Yeah, he
I
got a
mean, and I
Nate
don't care how
McMillan. Nate
good
McMillan was in the what? The Western Conference Finals with Portland, or was it semis?
He was in the Eastern Conference Finals with
Eastern Conference
East
final with
College.
all.
So granted,
Oh
so,
yeah.
so granted, like granted, I don't care how great you is as a coach. If you a rookie head coach, I mean, ain't nothing wrong having a staff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot.
So did Darvin Ham didn't get that true, you know.
Tell him, Tiff.
I
Tell
mean,
him.
JJ had. I mean, but here's the thing. The one thing about a great coach though, JJ. Well, I don't know. Did JJ? I don't know. If JJ won them or not. Well,
Which
I will
players?
say no. No,
True.
granted,
Which
I will say
players
that
got
on
better
his
over the course of the season?
one
Which
player.
players
How much?
shined, improved, leveled up
For
under
the Lakers,
JJ
for the
Redick?
Lakers, for the Lakers, Austin Reeves did get better. That is
Okay,
a
so I like
Austin Reeves
Austin
got
Reeves.
better.
I agree. He did get better.
Austin Reeves got better. I
But
feel though Bronny. Now, granted.
Don't do
Bronny
this,
was getting
too.
better during the
Don't.
season. Bronny
No,
was getting better
no,
during the season.
no.
Bronny, you asked the question.
No,
Bronny was
don't do
getting better
that,
during
bro.
the season.
All right,
Don't
I'm
He
do
was
all
that,
right.
getting
bro.
better during the
I'm
season.
out. I'm out. Yeah, I'm done.
See, look what you did, bro. Look what you did, True. Look what you-
That was low key a joke, but you asked. Listen, now hold up though. He did kill the summer league though, not so like the day though too. I saw he had like
Man,
10 points,
here we
11
go with
minutes
this
though.
BS, bro.
True, I do not look at the summer league, and we're not doing. I don't do that.
No, but I'm trying to think. Eric, a lot of people they team for the most part though was like in and out the lineups too though.
I
So
mean,
I will give JJ Redick credit that too.
that's
Like guys was like
that's,
Jared Vanderbilt, he finally came back. You know, what I
that's
mean, he
the
was
NBA,
gone for
that's
a
the
minute.
NBA crew though. I mean, that's every team now. Like we're gonna give you credit because you had to show up and coach games where guys wasn't there. Like,
I would, but time up. But we talking about rookie. Listen, granted,
no, I'm
we see. Listen,
you know,
don't get it twisted. Listen, I've seen bad coach. Listen, we seen Steve Nash coach.
no,
All
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying
I'm
is,
not.
listen.
No,
I'm just saying, JJ. Like, I'm not. I don't. I'm not like. I don't think JJ can help them win a championship. Don't get
all
me.
right,
Don't
bro.
get it
He's in the
twisted.
bottom. He's in the bottom quarter of the league in coaching.
You, you'll be surprised.
Mm,
I'm
You'll be
saying
surprised.
I'm saying it's true, and I'm just saying this and just be real. He's arrogant.
Uh
He
huh.
thought he had all the answers.
Uh huh.
He
Yeah.
talked trash
Uh
about
huh.
the previous regime who got
Right.
them to the Western
Right.
Conference Finals.
Right.
That's a
So
fact.
I have personally have no love for that SOB.
See, this
And
is what I'm saying,
But
bro.
listen,
Sean, you are the
I
man,
say,
bro.
listen,
Somebody hit the damn
listen.
siren right now for Sean. Come on, bro.
But listen, I agree with all that. I said my problem about him is being emotional and like and great to your point, him being arrogant, that is a fact. I said he can't win them a championship. Mind you, they can make whatever moves they can try to make. I don't believe he can win a championship on the Lakers. So I've already listened. I have no pushback at what you're saying.
yeah,
But if you just saying I'm just objectively, if you just take away the situation for what he's done, okay. But to your point, those things are going to hold him back. And it's like, all right, like y'all, and that's another thing too. Like, okay, Darvin Ham was this and that, but Darvin Ham did more in his rookie year than your first year. And
right.
then it's like that. Now, granted, to that point of the coaching staff, why y'all didn't help? Why y'all didn't upgrade the coaching staff when Darvin Ham was there?
Right.
That's a
Right.
way. JJ already got a way better coaching staff than Darvin Ham had.
Yeah.
Right. Now, again, every organization is different. Some organizations they're very hands-on in terms of who's on the coaching staff. Some organizations allow the head coach to pick their coaching staff, top to bottom. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just saying this idiot literally got up there and said, "Oh, these guys are playing basketball wrong," and blah blah blah. And the only
He did
experience
say that.
you had was coaching 8-year-olds. Miss me with that.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Like,
That is
stop.
crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Like, stop.
I can't refute that. I
Yeah,
can't refute that.
yeah. And I'm just
Better
saying,
not try, True.
I'm just keeping it a bean. I hope he fails because it ain't that easy just walking and just sitting in the head chair. There's a reason why guys work as assistants for years because it's a learning process. Steve Kerr was in an organization, had worked in an organization before he became a head coach. You come off of doing a podcast and say, yeah, I'm gonna be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And
See, when you verbalize it, Sean, when you say it out loud, it really
Now
kicks
don't
in,
listen.
bro.
Now don't get it twisted. I don't think he deserved to get that job. I don't get it twisted. Like when it comes to like him even being a job in the first place, you make it you tacking all the points.
yeah,
Like you saying
Bro,
all the
real talk. That's more nepotism than the Bronny thing, if you want to look at it, objectively.
but it is though because you got guys like Sam Cassell that don't like why Sam Cassell he can't get opportunity, but JJ Redick can. We talking about mind you. We talking about if you want to talk about experience as a player, he got way more experience than JJ Redick as a player. He been coaching longer as assistant head coach and
Bro,
things of that
JJ
nature.
Redick, I don't remember anybody ever saying anything about JJ Redick when he was a player. I never
I'm
heard
just
somebody
saying.
say, "Man, this dude is brilliant. This dude got a basketball
Now,
mind.
but here's the
This
no.
dude
He had
sees
listen, but here's the
everything, knows
thing.
everything." I don't
No,
remember
no.
none of
Here's the
that,
thing. He
bro.
has IQ. He has IQ, but you need more than basketball IQ to be a head coach.
Yeah, you need to
Like
be
that's
like
nothing.
you need to be like mentally resilient. You need to have tough skin. You need to be
Right.
you need to deal with personalities. You need to also play the game. You know, these press conferences are these are interpersonal relationships that you're going to build with these media people. That's one thing. And these players, you know, you can't talk the way you do to everybody like that, bro.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, and Sneed, I'm just being real. I didn't listen to his entire introductory press conference because I can't stand listening to the dude talk. He grates me. Like he's one of those guys. I'm not a violent person by nature, but if he says something off putting to me, I would probably punch him in the face because he drives me nuts. But he said,
it makes it seem like everybody's dumb though.
yeah, he makes it seem like he is always right. Everybody else around him is dumb. And when he was asked a question about, you know, getting the Lakers job and getting this opportunity without previous coaching experience, and other guys who might have been coaching for so long, like Sam Cassell and others, and he basically says, "I don't give a f."
You know what it reminds me of, Sean? He's that dude that's going to try to tell you how to make money, but he's broke.
Right.
That's what he reminds me of. He'll tell you how to make $1 million, but he don't have $10.
You know what he is, Sneed? He is the Jay Cutler of NBA head coaching.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That's cool, bro. That's a good. I get it, bro. I get it.
Like I feel what you're saying. That's why I be trying to tell people, man. Y'all be itching on certain coaches, man. We had it when we did live stream live stream, and people be talking about Joe Mazzulla need to get fired and all that, bro. So what, we get a guy like JJ Redick come in,
right?
Like you know what I mean? It's a difference, bro. That's why that's a difference. That's a not granted. If you want to say now, granted, now he is probably like I ain't gonna lie, he probably is dog pop. I'm trying to. He is probably bottom five though. I ain't gonna lie, he probably is bottom five.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. There's dudes out there that can actually coach that can't get a job, and then there's dudes out there who got a job.
I was wrong. Yeah, I'm looking
and they're gonna get fired. But this dude still got his job, and he got coached off the floor.
Exactly.
That's what I be trying to say. Like Joe Mazzulla,
told us if Joe do a bad job this year, he need to get fired. Are you serious?
But here's the thing about Joe. Though. Joe takes accountability for his shit though. Joe literally could be the press conference.
But does Joe have positive equity within the organization?
Yes.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? What is the positive equity that JJ has earned within the organization or within the NBA?
Rob Pelinka works there.
Rob Pelinka, that's what it is. That's what Rob Pelinka hired. So it's like Rob Pelinka, like, and my thing is like that's what I'm trying to say is like I heard like Willie Green, like I heard saying like Willie Green may be in the hot seat, like for what? Because the Pelicans ain't been
healthy. About the Pelicans head coach?
Yeah, because the Pelicans ain't been healthy. He gets fired because something that's out of his control.
And they're destroying the roster every year.
Like,
bro, look how they reconstruct it every year.
It's not, but it's not even that though. Their biggest like issues is literally been injuries. My best players are hurt.
And his best players,
you expect me to?
But from top to bottom of the roster, even when they get hurt and they move guys in the offseason, they don't get better.
That's true too. But like the main thing is like I don't know. It's like it is crazy though. But hey, shout out to the Lakers for signing J. I was happy they got JJ Redick though. It was like, oh snap! Yeah, I was like, they got somebody with no experience. What they could see, and that's what I'm trying to tell people, man. Listen, it's all listen. We get it. L.A., Hollywood, bright stars, and all that. But listen, LeBron been saved. Listen, he need a statue. Listen, hey, we'll see where they look. We'll see where them Lakers end up when LeBron not on that team no more. Because Luka don't got that motion. Listen, Luka's a phenomenal basketball player, first ballot Hall of Famer, but he don't got motion like that.
You know what though? You know what I want to say, bro? I get what you're saying when you say things like first ballot Hall of Famer. But the thing about Luka is you don't need to say that. You don't need to justify that he's skilled, talented. We know how good he is, right? But you got we say it because we know that something's not there. We know that something is wrong. So you talk about we're talking about a guy who with very little effort scores 35 points a game. So we say things like future Hall of Famer and no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's 25 years old and we got a question about his work ethic. That's what this is. This is work ethic, right?
The reason why I'm saying that, because JJ Redick, they plan on having JJ Redick coaching for a long time, right? LeBron this may be LeBron's last season.
And JJ Redick will still be the coach after LeBron is gone.
Yeah, he
We'll
said.
see. We'll see. But like the
I
point
think.
is though, the point is it's not going to be a very big destination, right? It's not going to be. And granted, if you notice, you got a guy like DFS opting out his
Gone,
contract.
left, because they blamed him for everything. Every time things weren't, what did DFS do? Oh, 1 for 2 shooting. What play did you draw up for him?
Oh,
All I'm saying is,
just wait till this year when DeAndre Ayton doesn't get an offensive rebound. One team in the game. Just wait.
bro. Hey, some of y'all Lakers, listen. Let me get it. Listen, and I'm gonna say this again. That DeAndre Ayton move was an upgrade. You got a guy to give you a double, cool. But here's the problem. They ain't giving you the hump to put that next to compete for a championship. Let's not get twisted, right? That's another low risk, high reward. This man got bought out. This man was like 26 years old, getting bought out. He had no big trade value at all.
Nothing.
In the market for him.
Nothing. He was a buyout.
I think he only traded the Lakers because I think that was the most money he could have got in the place.
What did he get? 10 million?
Mistaken. I think that was the most I think that was the most because he only could sign up to the 14 million. Yeah, he got bought out. But I think that was the most money he could have got was the Lakers. If I'm mistaken, I could be wrong.
He could only sign for the mid level with the Lakers. That's all the Lakers.
Yeah, but I think it was. I think how much was it? Because I know he couldn't make. Was it? He got the full mid level.
I don't know what the numbers were, but I'm saying that's the most he could have signed for.
Yeah.
Because that's all the Lakers.
That's a red flag too. Because if he signed. If he just signed to a team that had the most money available, yeah, I gotta see. I think the Patriots was running for him.
Yeah, I mean, but and I'm just saying this, and I'm not trying to flame the Laker fans because I love Laker fans in their delusion. But the Laker fans and Cowboy fans like to think as soon as a guy puts their jersey on, he's magically going to be this.
It's an upgrade. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Lakers bad. They try to take that title away from Cowboys fans though. In recent,
yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, but it's really connected to LeBron fans. You added a lot of delusion with the whole LeBron piece. I mean, somebody told me last year when they got when the Lakers got Luka, they said that was an automatic ticket to the Western Conference Finals, and they could go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I did because I am on Lakers.
You don't get it twisted now. Now a lot of LeBron James fans. It's funny because you have a lot of LeBron James fans, and some of them don't necessarily think that way either. Some of them are delusional, but it's like I get it when. This is what I do get though. To be fair, when you got a guy like that playing at a high level for that long time, you can get mislead. Like, well, if he can do it, this he can still. You know what I mean?
I heard them say this is going to add 5 years to LeBron's career. I heard that.
Yeah, now that's crazy. Now
I heard that.
Like that
I mean, I could keep going. True, we could keep playing this game, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad Horford didn't sign with them. Good God, please don't sign with them out. Well, they can't now because they roster full. But thank God Al Horford turned them down.
So that's what my thing with Al True is. He wasn't a contender, so I didn't know the Lakers were.
He going to the Warriors. It looked like he ain't signed yet, but the Warriors are favored.
I didn't know they was a contender either.
Now, granted, I will say this: I don't know what the Knicks roster looking like when it comes to if they got a roster spot.
He bad.
This is my thing. This is my thing, right? If I am Al Horford, I don't know. Listen, the Warriors, they're fighting for a playoff spot next year. Are they going to be a good team? Are they going to be above 500 team?
The Warriors?
Yeah, they're going to be above.
Yeah, but being above 500 means you might be a play-in,
right? Or may not even make the playoffs, right?
You be in the play-in.
What happened to them a couple years ago. That's what happened to them a couple years ago. So it's like that being said, though, their big target was the offseason. Like, man, Al Horford. I don't know, man. I get Al. You got Draymond and stuff, but like, nah.
I mean,
you're going run.
Listen, Al got his ring. He got his ring, right? He's made a lot of money. At this point, Al just trying to pay to pad that Hall of Fame resume potential. That's all.
He trying to do because here's the thing: he's gonna play back to backs again. Can he play back to back 2 years?
And the Celtics was very lenient. You have to play it out. You were right.
The
Yeah.
infamous injury report, the infamous sprain toe injury report. We don't, you know what I mean? Are we gonna see that next season? The infamous big toe. That literally was on the injury report when he missed the
Was that
game
a
with big
thing at
toe.
some point? It was a big toe.
No, he don't. He didn't really have a big toe injury, but they, you know how that is, man. Listen, it's a hey, like
You got to report
just
something.
you gotta put
Yeah,
something
good
there.
looking out.
They either put
That's on Greg
they either
Popovich. You
put a
can't just
big
put
toe. They
old,
literally
huh?
put a big, like it's like
You guys
so.
remember
I
when
mean,
Popovich used to do that for Tim
yeah,
Duncan?
Yeah.
They'd sit
I
him
ain't
out,
gonna
and then
lie though.
for a reason they'd be like
Pop,
old.
yeah, Pop was wilding with it though. Pop was see that's what he said down Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, him Manu on national television. Like that was they was like, all right now, like enough's enough.
Yeah.
But y'all have to stop the hate. No, listen, listen, DeAndre Ayton is an upgrade at the big man position. On no doubt, but like when it comes to like but we gotta call it how it is. The man got bought out of contract. He's
Oh,
fully
but
healthy at 26
you
years
you
old.
you answering to this little
Like
fake phony Laker slash Rockets fan.
you trying to tell brother, you trying to tell me that Porzingis has more value for a trade especially than a younger DeAndre Ayton on his contract. I know
Straight up.
DeAndre made a little bit more money, but come on now.
And
Like
KP,
come on.
yeah, we know what's up with
That
KP.
man work. That man character. Man, listen. That man character. Character is important, y'all. Character, work ethic. That stuff's important. We know DeAndre Ayton can play basketball. Like
Mm,
he ain't no bum. He ain't no scrub. But that's what I mean. Hey, I saw that meme though. They said, man, team saves and they got Luca and DeAndre J on the defense. Man, that was hilarious. Man, they had the Shannon Sharp. I got the oxtails, the mac. That's stupid, man. Oh man. Hey, I want to talk about football real quick too, though. I'm probably gonna be able to do an individual video on this. Yo,
yeah.
Asante Samuel, you gotta stop, bro. Asante Samuel gotta stop.
What did he say? True.
Because not granted, Chris Carter, I think he is. Chris Carter can be at times can be big headed at times. I don't get it twisted. Because he paraphrasing, he was reacting to Chris Carter saying that Chad Ocho can never be in the Hall of Fame, right? He was like that was Chris Carter said that Ocho. Asante Samuel said, "Well, Chris Carter, well, I think you was overrated. You the most overrated receiver ever, or something like that." I'm like, what? That's your response? So
Yeah.
you could have went way many directions in that. Like, hold up now. Like you can feel though Chris Carter got an ego and all that. That's cool. But he wasn't Chris Carter wasn't overrated, bro. Then he was
Bro,
trying to explain it. All
Chris Carter,
All Chris
was
Carter
one of the
was a
best
position receiver,
receivers I ever seen play.
bro.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel was chatting. This man said all Chris Carter was a possession receiver. First of all, the man had 130 touchdowns. And he was basically explaining, well, Chris Carter wasn't the fastest. He's not no deep threat. Well, here's the thing: the man got 130 touchdowns. He was a red zone threat. I tell you that. And one
Bro,
thing about it is that yeah,
they call the end zone pay dirt, bro. Like
right.
to how they
One thing,
value the touchdown.
yeah,
Like that was a
exactly.
guy, and that was at a time where the receiving was at a premium. Because remember, the league was predicated on running the ball. So if you could
Right.
throw the ball to a guy who could catch TDs, that was a unique talent.
Absolutely. So it's like that was a terrible argument for Asante, especially you being a corner, like bro, because you already like bro, you understand you may not guy may not be a deep threat, but if guy can run routes, can move chains, which is the object of the game, is to move chains, get the first down, and to score. That's what Chris Carter did at a high elite level that a lot of people haven't ever like. Man had 130 touchdowns. He was more than just a possession receiver. Like let's calm down. Like like
And he led the league in touchdown catches 3 times.
and he And he was 6'3". That man was 6'3" too. Chris Carter's a big dude. I was talking to somebody, they said they seen Chris Carter, like he's 6'3". So he ain't no small receiver. So like, yeah,
Oh, he
Sante, you
is.
like 5'11".
Oh,
He's
really?
sick. Yeah, Chris was a big
Oh,
dude. Chris Carter like 6'3".
I mean,
Like six
he
three
was
or
one of
something.
those first guys that was like the prototypical modern wide receiver build, actually.
like his hands is like like one of the best hands of all time. Like so, mind you, Asante, the average corner is like 5'11",
what's
maybe
crazy.
6 foot.
You know what's crazy? True. I remember when the Vikings drafted Randy Moss, and everybody said that's so unfair. They already got Chris Carter.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how good
It
Chris
would.
Carter was. It wasn't like
yeah.
Chris Carter was some slouch, and they're like, "Oh, we getting Randy Moss." It's like, why they need Randy Moss? They got Chris Carter.
He was nice too on the team.
Yeah, girl, you got two. You got to do 6'3" and 6'4".
Wow.
And mind you, and with different type of abilities. Now that's Randy Moss. That Grant, that's the deep threat. But you have different styles of receivers. So you got guys that can deep threat, but a guy that can route you up. You know what I mean? And then had, like I say, had hands, and he was a big receiver.
And can I say, and I'm saying this, and I'm not being hyperbole when I say this, on the sideline, probably had the best feet of a sideline receiver.
Oh yeah, bro. Outside the numbers,
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Good point.
So I don't know. Imagine he was 6'3", y'all doing that. So it's like, listen, and I understand, like you said, Sunday. Listen, he was a great corner in your time, bro. But like, come on, bro, you was chatting because like damn well
Why
if you
these guys hate, bro? Like, what are they mad about? Like Asante Samuel
Sunday
was a
get
great player. What's he mad about?
man, he mad about a lot of shit. I don't know why he made a lot of money. I mean, he's still mad. I don't get it.
What is he mad for, bro?
I
Like,
don't get it. He made
But
his
I
his son in the NFL.
it was
He
wrong
made a lot of money.
because Chad is not. I don't. To be fair, it's that wide receiver room getting in the Hall of Fame. I don't think Chad would get in anyway. I'm just being honest.
I don't think Chad gets in either because there's guys that's waiting to get in that were better.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say way better than
Right.
Chad, but they were
Where's
better.
my man? Where my man from the Cowboys? Back seven. What's my He finally got in a couple years ago. He had to wait for like 40 years.
You
Who?
want
you're talking about Alvin
Uh,
Harper,
Drew Pearson.
Drew
Drew
Pearson.
Pearson.
Yeah, that man had to wait for years, man. So like, it's guys waiting out here. Like, hold up now. Like, you was cold, Ocho. We respect you. We respect your game, but like,
Yeah, but you got to remember something
that's
else. True, Ocho's peak, where he was like an elite wide receiver, a lot shorter than a lot of the Hall of Fame elite
yeah,
wide receivers.
Right.
So
yeah,
like so Ocho, what he did for like 4 or 5 years, your guy's doing it for 10 plus years.
Right.
right.
That, where
And then
you're
like he had
producing 10,
like
15 touchdowns a year.
yeah, and he has like 11,000 yards or something like that, if I ain't mistaken. But like I get it, but like,
Yeah.
bro, like you gotta wait, bro. If
Yeah.
you do get it, like you said, you gotta wait. And then it's like, bro, there's other guys outside of just a wide receiver thing that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame more than you do.
Also, look at the
Outside of just
guys that he
without
played
Steve
with, his
Smith.
contemporaries. There were better guys while he was in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, because Steve Smith, so he deserve over Steve Smith.
No.
Steve Smith was crazy good, bro.
No.
So
So
like that's the thing too, though. Like you can't
I'm-
say like I get it. Like if you feel though.
yeah.
Like it's gotta be a line or something. Like what you gotta like? Okay, we
I'm
gotta
just
get it. He was great, but
I'm gonna name 3 guys that played in his era that should automatically get in before him: Torrey Holt,
Yep.
Steve Smith,
Uh-huh.
Reggie Wayne,
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Antonio Brown,
Yes.
Julio.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, like what are we
and
doing?
hey,
I
it's
and
only
I
certain spot.
you know what, Sean? I don't like to put guys down because they're great in their own right. But
Right.
you just do comparisons for the sake of how do we prioritize these guys in their rankings? We
Right.
rank, bro. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I don't listen. You could like you said, Sante, he was tripping. I understand. Um, and I understand like you want to combat what Chris was saying. You can do that fine and then that's not the problem. But to try to discredit his game for his opinion,
Right.
come on, man.
You know what's the
Like
most
that's a
important
terrible
thing about Chris Carter, bro? Since he's retired and since he's become an, like a media personality, he's logical. This dude is reasonable in his discussions when he talks about the game and players. You ever hear him discuss things? It's a lot
He
of
do
common. It's a lot of
he is good at his
sensible.
job. Like
Yeah, and he articulates and
yeah,
he makes he's a
yeah, I
sensible
did.
dude, bro.
Salute,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You salute. I ain't like though when he threw his mom under the bus. Though I ain't like that. That was crazy. But like he know
What
his
is
What do you
football.
say about his mom?
He threw his mom under the bus. And my mom whooped me. Like it was
you
last
know?
time.
I'm so
It
sick
was
of
wild.
athletes.
I forgot the context of the dialogue. 'Cause I think it was about. I think it was about abuse or I don't. What was it?
But
You remember he did that, Sean?
I don't remember what the context was, but I remember when.
But he was like he was saying my mom beat. I'm like you didn't have to. I mean,
Chris
granted, like
Carter,
everybody got whoopings, but you had to.
did that. Yeah, Chris Carter did throw his mother under the bus too with it. I ain't
You
like.
didn't have, I get
Is
it,
this
bro.
mom still alive?
I don't know, but he threw her under the bus. I ain't like that either. And then he
I ain't
gonna
like,
start.
I get it. It's like
That's family. That's family business, and that was like 50 years
everybody
ago,
got
bro.
whooped. Everybody got whooped though. But I ain't gonna say my mom whooped me with that, but like, I ain't because he just crying, then crying with it, like and like with pain. And it's like, dang, like you really whooped you. She whooped your ass. Like, damn, you got beat. Hold on, you got because mind you, getting whooped. This is my opinion. Getting a beat and a whooping is different. Getting really like abused and getting somebody hurting you. You know what I mean? That is it is a difference in my opinion. But people do be going too far. So
Yeah.
like, hold up now, like. Did she abuse you or you got just a regular whooping like everybody else? You say that like on you know what I
There's
mean?
a fine line. I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's a fine line, but
Yeah, it's
No,
a
but
you know what I mean?
it is a difference. Like but I wasn't abused like that.
Yeah, that's
Because
how.
some of them be overplaying it. Oh,
Yeah, it was crazy how he was like because he was like it's like dang like you got abused or something like he was crying like he said like my mom whooped like
oh,
beat me like
yeah.
God damn like yeah it's like that's was crazy but he matter of fact he if I'm not mistaken he works for the either like director, player, or something. I forgot his title. I don't know his title.
Does he still have
Florida,
that?
Florida
Does he still?
Athletic,
Does he?
Florida Athletic.
Oh,
He does like he's like he worked for the Florida Athletic college. So um exactly yeah that's his executive director of player engagement.
he's one of the few guys. When he speaks, I pretty much listen to the whole thing. A lot of guys, they talk in front of these hot mics, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe I listen to
he's
half of it
actually
or
a
less.
business.
You know what I mean?
He's
But like Chris
he's,
Carter, you know, th- that's he's one of those dudes. I think he's a sensible guy. The credibility's there, obviously. But he makes sense when he talks, bro. He's a
yeah, I ain't
straight
gonna lie
shooter.
though, because I ain't gonna lie though. Keyshawn Johnson cool, but he be tripping sometimes, man. Keyshawn
Bro,
Johnson,
Keyshawn,
you know.
he's too fanatic about his team, so you gotta consider that.
Yeah, he be by like then Michael Irvin. I strong man when Skip. I knew it was gonna be a downhill when Skip had Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson. It was Richard Sherman they talking about
Yeah.
you catch with your body, catch with your body, catch with your
Wait, who said that?
Michael Irvin. He said catch with your body or something like that. It was like Michael Irvin. He said
Uh,
catch with your body or something like that. I was like, what's some terrible advice, bro?
uh,
What? It's like, what you mean catch with your body? No, you catch with your hands, bro. You catch with your hands. You talking about catch with your body. See, then I remember then they had a segment. They were talking about what's the harder position to play or something like that. You know, they're gonna be biased as hell. You know, Michael Irvin, like, cause Richard Sherman. Rich Sherman, that's when he was. And mind you, Rich Sherman played receiver in college, so he has a experience. You know what I mean? Like he has like the oh like so it's like I don't know, man.
yeah. To me, I didn't
Yeah, I
hear
forgot.
I didn't hear what Chris Carter said exactly about Chad, but to me, if I'm guessing, he was probably talking about how hard it is for receivers to get in the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
he got asked a question and Chad he said Chad no, he's nowhere near a Hall of Famer.
Right. And again, some of that has to do with
Yeah.
the guys who've been waiting to get in forever. I mean, Sterling Sharp just got in.
Yeah.
So,
and Sterling Sharp before his
He
injury
should have been got it.
was like the most dominant player at the position.
maybe outside of Jerry, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just think,
Yeah.
it's more about that than sliding Chad. He never said Chad was trash. It's just there were guys who were better, who had more longevity, who were, had higher peaks for longer than Chad. Chad was entertaining. Chad was very good, but you know, Hall of Famer, and I don't think so.
Yes. It's definitely level. Asante, you gotta stop capping too, Asante. Son. You just gotta
you
stop
gotta stop
capping.
hate.
Like he's got, I get it.
I didn't
I
even
get it.
know
You
he
want
was
to defend
like
it.
that, bro. I used to like him
He
as a
got a
player.
whole, he got a whole YouTube channel. He got a whole YouTube channel.
I
Covers
Man,
like he covers topics and all that. Like
support.
he got a whole. But like, come on, I get it, bro. Like if you want to disagree with Chris Carter, that's fine. Like, all right, cool, I understand. Like, you know what I mean? You want to go back and forth in that standpoint and attack the argument, but the tipper is like to say that he was the most overrated. Like, or one of the most, like he was, or he was just. No, he didn't say most, but the overrated period is like even just using overrated with Chris Carter's name is crazy. Like, bro, the man got 130 touchdowns. Like, what you
hold
mean? He
on,
just
bro. Hold on,
you're
man.
more
There
just
was there was a person during Chris Carter's career that said something similar like that too. They said he was overrated. They said like the only thing he does is catch touchdowns. Somebody
Who?
said that about
see,
him.
bro. That's the dumbest shit. See, here's the
Of
thing.
course, it's the dumbest thing. It's pay dirt, bro. But what I'm saying is,
That's the dumbest shit in the world,
this is
bro.
what people say when they're irrational and they don't use common sense. You're talking about the most successful moment in an NFL game. You're saying that's the only thing he could do. Think about the things you're saying.
Right. And as the offense job is to score the football. It's literally score the football to get you 6 points. That's literally the offense job to get 6 points. And you're a skills position, especially a wide receiver. Well, your job is to score. So like to try to criticize somebody for because I think only T how many I think T.O. and Jerry only got that's the only people that got more touchdowns than Chris Carter. I think.
At
If I'm not
receiver.
mistaken.
And who else? How is
Okay.
does Randy have less or more? Or
And Chris Carter didn't play
He
20
he
years, bro.
I, yeah,
He
he
didn't
up there.
play like
He
forever.
up there because he up there. But Chris had like 11 touchdowns on Philly. He had one season in Philly. He had like 11 touchdowns. So it's like that's impressive.
And the
Like you
context, they
don't
weren't
just
throwing the ball. They
yeah
weren't throwing the ball 52
yeah.
times a game.
Yeah,
So
Chris Carter is eighth all time in touchdown.
okay, eighth. Okay.
like that's a league group. Like mind you, only eight. Mind you, that's some of the history of the NFL.
Hmm.
Like I mean, 130 touchdowns. Like that's you. You more just a possession receiver. Like you're more just a possession receiver. Like
Yeah,
come on now.
yeah, and sixth all time in receptions.
Yeah, like
But he's
I'm sorry, Sante. You had to worry about that, son. Like, come on, bro. Like you saying that, oh, he ain't no deep threat or anything. If I'm covering him, he ain't no deep threat. I'm like, come on, bro. Like you stop it. Like you had to worry about Chris Carter if he was in front of him. Like it was wild, man. This man, Sante
Sometimes
Salmon. I don't
sometimes it's best to listen to what like the coaches and the staff that like game plan for players. Sometimes you listen to how they talk about certain players and it gives you good insight on how good they were. You know,
yeah.
because they had the healthy fear and the respect of what these guys could do. So you hear coaches kind of talk about it. Listen to how they talk about Chris Carter, the coaches.
Yeah, that's what I do like about the NFL Top 100 too. It's not necessarily the accuracy of the list, but how the players view other players. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like sometimes, like the Raiders, you can be wrong, you feel whatever, but like, or you disagree with it, but like it's like, dang, like somebody like, cause mind this is we talking about this. They said this is 100 people want to make this list. So like,
Right.
mind you, it's underfills, it's a lot of people. So like, dang, you make that list,
And
it's
every
like,
year, every team's got like 100 guys on the team.
right.
You know, so how
So
many
it's
guys
like you
been
got
through the league? You know,
You know what I mean? So you get, let's say let's say you 58, and I'll be walking looking at something like I'm back, especially I was back in the day, when I was younger, and you like you looking at a guy like number 58 or something like that, like damn, he caught like you know what I mean?
you know?
You may gotta check him out, something like that. Like he's like this. So shout out to shout out to Daryl on the Nick Claxton only works as our starting five if our team is loaded.
Yo, true. I remember when I was growing up, bro. I idolized Barry Sanders. Right, that was like the most incredible running back I had ever seen in my life. Right. So Emmett Smith was running the ball at the same time, but he clearly had a much better offensive line. I was more impressed by Barry. Right. And then my dad goes to me, watch this guy. So I start watching footage of Walter Payton, who had already retired. And I'm like, damn, what is this? Like, there's so many players that like, so I didn't even know about him, right? I had to go back and study and watch and see film. There's a bunch of guys that ain't no people ever heard of that played in the league that dominated and they were really good. Like, how many people actually know or have seen anything on Gale Sayers?
Years. Yeah, because he's
You
way
know?
before our time. Way
Yeah.
before my
I mean, everybody, like, most people know Jim Brown, but, like, did you watch
time.
the footage of what he was doing? It was crazy. It was like he was a bigger guy, he was a fast guy, and he ran the ball in a dominant fashion. Like, he was running, like, what was he averaging, like 5.5 a carry for like a
Yeah,
decade,
Yeah,
8, 9 years or something?
yeah.
that's
Crazy.
which you have like 5 yards of carry. Like that's insane. That,
And quiet is kept.
Yeah.
Oh, the greatest running back of the '70s is O.J. Simpson,
Dude,
and
Juice was crazy, bro.
and I know people want to talk about the last 30 years of his life, but as a running back, he was like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Like
I mean, he was
man,
the bridge
yo,
between he was the bridge from Jim Brown and Gale Sayers to Walter Payton. He was like that.
yeah, this was yeah. OJ definitely was cold, man.
Yo, and
Like you said, hey,
the first time I watched the Roots movie and I seen him running, bro, I was like, oh man, that's the Juice, bro.
the juice, but hey, it's let me see. Oh, that's that. I'm about to say I didn't know what it was referring, but hey, shout out everybody. Well, I see y'all on Twitter too, watching too. Shout out everybody on Twitter. Shout out somebody watching on Twitch. Shout out everybody watching on Twitch too. Man, they get money on Twitch, man. I seen dude, man. This is great. Speed, the guy Speed sound like a 600 million 2 year $600 million contract.
You know what other platform is doing that, bro? Is that Kick platform. They're paying
Shit, they do
creators big time money to stream on their platform.
yeah, it's like I just saw Cristiano Ronaldo. He signed a 2 year $700 million contract in the Saudi league. I
Damn.
saw that. I'm like, damn. I'm like, hey man, if I get kids, man, they get into soccer, man. Forget this basketball stuff, man.
Oh,
You playing
baseball.
soccer, man. I mean, but baseball, but they be playing around baseball sometimes because you gotta get in the minor league. So that's the trick, though. Like, they do pay, but but you gotta be in the minor leagues, like, and then you gotta wait for them to call you
I
up.
know that's what it's called. Patience. You gotta have patience in baseball.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
why a lot
but
of
the
people go.
reward. Look at the contracts, though.
Yeah, but that's why a lot of these people go play basketball though, because like you know what? That's why Russell Wilson, those guys play. They chose football over baseball because like I get paid faster.
Yeah.
But
They
if you
look at it
look
like that way. They
bigger,
look at it like that way. Like so, it's like you got like basically somebody like let's say in the NBA. If I'm elite talent, like okay, boom, like I got like basically the NIL money now though. They gotta do something with that too though, man. That
System
NIL.
already system already broken true and it just got built.
They got to tweak it a little bit. I think they got to tweak certain things, man. But man, these kids crazy, man.
I mean, at least now they don't have to sit there and do all that tattoos and all that money under the table nonsense.
Yeah, he was older. Yeah, that's why I don't mind him. I didn't mind the NIL in the first place because like it's the other thing too though. Like people cry, people see these guys, these student athletes, whatever. They be complaining about the NIL money, but like it's name, image, likeness. The point of the NIL was to make money off your own likeness. Y'all
Hmm.
want these schools and y'all want these schools to pay you, which is fine. But like the point is though, like back in the day, you couldn't even
Nothing.
sell no hamburgers in your dorm.
Nothing.
You get in
Hmm.
trouble. Like you know what I mean? So it's like yeah, it's crazy, man. But y'all saw Jason Tatum. He was in the gym. So in the gym
in
in
the
the
pool,
pool.
I saw it too. I
Yeah,
follow him.
saw that. So that was dope to see. He
Yeah,
trying to
he working.
yeah he
Don't rush.
Kyrie said don't don't hold your breath about him coming back like on a playoff or something. He said he want to be back 150%. So listen, he ain't rushing nothing. He ain't rushing nothing. He said, I need to be 150% when I come back. So I understand that, Kyrie. Ain't no need to rush. You can still be a veteran presence in that locker room. Cooper Flag there. So I definitely understand that.
Bro, did you see Ace
Something I watched.
Bailey's? You see Ace Bailey's numbers from last night's game?
Yeah, I mean, I seen that block he had. He struggled. VJ, he had a great game, but like I mean, listen, summer
No,
league
he
is
shot
some.
1 of 13, bro.
Yeah, I'm not super worried. Listen, when it comes to summer league, like you do want to see people play well, but I've seen Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett is a summer league legend, and that's
Ah.
Anthony Bennett summer league tape is one of the hard. That's Anthony
I
Bennett
gotta bring
headline.
up Anthony
That
Bennett,
Anthony,
bro.
that Anthony Bennett
Fuck.
highlight tape is one. Ain't a lot of highlight tape better than Anthony Bennett summer league tape. That summer league,
Yo.
listen, summer league legend, man. But hey, he got the NBA. Look, so sometimes you want to see people do good, and like I want like you want to look at certain things.
Right.
I don't really care about somebody's numbers. I just look at certain things like okay, I like even somebody's maybe shooting not well, whatever. But it's like man. Now, granted, if you dominate to a point like that, you ain't gotta be playing out here for real. You know what I mean? And okay, that's also dope too. But like, man, that man VJ, he from the his mom from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Is
Who?
that right?
Who?
VJ
I'm
Edgecomb.
showing.
VJ Edgecomb. Yeah. He's
Yeah, that Bahamas team may be in the Olympics one of these days, man. Yeah,
listen.
I think Clay's trying to play there. I think Clay's trying to play there. They got Aiton already.
You bogus, Clay. You bogus for that.
That
Okay.
is bogus. That's bogus as
I
hell.
mean,
That's
look.
bogus.
I mean, if you
Bogus.
got the dual citizenship, I mean, it is what it
Hey
is.
man, now that's gonna be a big issue too in international sports. Period, man. Y'all some shiesty dudes out there. Dude from Illinois, what's the guy name from EuroLeague? Y'all, you a black dude from Illinois playing for the Spain team. You got nobody. You got you play for Spain. They diabolical. They do it in soccer and everything. I mean, Jordan B played for us, so it's like we play we
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
the
I don't
crew.
want to hear it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear it. Like,
So
man,
but it's a dirty game, but it's gonna be nasty though in the future though. It's gonna be real nasty. We're gonna have somebody playing for Japan. They got this. I ain't you gonna have like what? I mean, that's gonna be the biggest issue. Keeping US talent in the US. That's gonna be the biggest issue. Keeping US talent in the US, cause man, I think what else? Who yeah, because I think the Thompson twin they playing for Jamaica. I
Yeah, you
heard.
said that they for Jamaica.
yeah,
They playing for Jamaica.
yeah.
So like they not gonna play on the US team. So shoot, I mean,
Shit,
I think
Trump
Pritchard.
might have to get involved with ISIS if we keep losing these players, bro.
Nah, it's a money thing, man. They ain't. I can't. I mean, although Payne Pritchard did an interview, not so he said that a country was offering citizenship to play for their team. I'm like, yo, that's they crazy. Yo, they wow.
Where?
They over paying Pritchard like some country over paying Pritchard for citizenship to play for their team for like the Olympics.
You
Like
just
so,
pick your spots like that? Is that a thing?
yeah, they do. Listen, they recruiting out here.
Damn.
These countries they recruiting, man. So I think yeah, Kyle Anderson played for Japan.
What?
Yeah, he played for Japan. Or was it China or Japan? I think it was a China or Japan. It's one of them countries. He played. He literally played in the Olympics in the last Olympics.
Kyle Anderson. The hell?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, the reality was Kyle Anderson
his
ever going
family.
to be in Europe? You know,
But yeah though. So but I'm just saying though. I'm just giving you an example. What could like
yeah. No,
it's gonna get nasty. It's
I
gonna
know,
get nasty in the
I know.
future. Like
No,
it may get nasty, man.
it's going to get nasty when everybody wants to play for Team USA is going to play for another country. That's when it's going to get nasty.
Like we all like, all right, man.
Like if Cooper Flag be like, hey, Team Yugoslavia offered me, the opportunity to play for them.
Yeah.
Be a problem.
Hey, Hey, that's gonna be a hot. People gonna be hot when that happen. People gonna be upside now. Like
I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
Shoot.
be upset too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Word, man. Jalen Brown playing for Nigeria or something like that, man. Like all
He
just
been
Jalen Brown. I'm just being hey, Mike. You know Mike Brown. That's Mike Brown's team. He coached. You know he coached Nigeria.
What?
yeah.
Yeah, coach there. If I'm mistaken.
The national team?
Yes, he head coach the national team. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's gonna do it. He did. I know he was the head coach to last, not this Olympics, but 2020.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's a dirty game out here. I be seeing them some like especially like in state. It's a big thing. Like it's a problem. Soccer everywhere right now. Baseball. Like as long as you got citizenship, you can play for any team. Like you got that citizenship, you can play for any team.
And they give it to you just on deck like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerome B got three. Jerome B got citizenship. Of that Jerome B he kind of fouled for this. He promised to play for France. That's
Why
how he got his
France though?
citizenship.
What is his connection to France?
Well, technically, in Cameroon, if you born in Cameroon, you can it's easier to get a citizenship in France because I guess France technically
Colonized?
colonized.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Good looking out, bro.
but that's he lied or whatever that because I remember they prime minister somebody over there higher up over there was mad that he played like he played with US because it was like they was planning on to have like Drum B Giannis not
Well,
say Giannis
he ain't
Drum
playing no
B
NBA basketball, so he might as well do it somewhere.
shoot he barely was playing for us.
That's what I'm saying,
He was
bro.
trying to get he was trying to get he was trying to get a championship. He was trying to get a gold medal, man.
Right. He just wants to
I
put
mean,
that on his level of achievements.
Yeah. Taking on with Jason Tatum's minutes.
that was crazy though, bro. That man was and he was hurt. That man was banged up, hurt.
Yeah.
Like he was in pain
Yeah.
the whole time. Like you know damn well he shouldn't be out here.
Yeah.
Like all he was there really was the rebound and all. Like
He coming back
like
this?
it was I don't know.
Oh, is he coming back?
Yeah, he coming back.
That's what they said. They said he gonna be good day one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just waiting.
I mean,
I mean,
we'll see.
and I mean, obviously, the elephant in the room with them is if they can ever be fully healthy, they could be a problem.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's
Podcast
they
P?
I'm just saying the Sixers in general.
yes, man.
They could be a problem.
Yeah,
They could be a problem.
yeah.
And,
Yeah,
so
they're gonna be
Yeah,
a problem with they're gonna be a problem with the orthopedic surgeon.
yeah,
That's about it.
they just their
Yeah,
problem is they need to be in bubble wrap.
yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, that's their big issue. Like, listen, I get it. I'm a Celtics fan talking about the Sixers, but listen. The injuries, like I listen on paper, you right. They could make it to a finals, but here's the
Nah,
thing: the history has shown
nah.
Yeah,
that
no,
like they just not healthy.
I
You know
would
what I
never,
mean?
I would never bet on them.
Yeah, I just can't. You just can't. It's even if you don't even and I get it. You want to believe if you're a fan of the Sixers, you want to believe in your team, but it's like I can't. It's like because like I said before, Joel Embiid is he equipped to play 82 games? You know what I
No.
mean? And then
Yeah.
you gotta play. It's like you know what I mean? Because I think Joel Embiid like he's a phenomenal basketball player, but I don't think because of his health situation he can be a number one because of his health situation. He's in that Porzingis category. Not saying, of course, Joel Embiid's way better than Porzingis, but well, look what happened to Porzingis. He understood what type of player he was when it comes to his injuries he was sustaining. He said, and like he look how he fit with the Celtics. You know what I mean? A guy he didn't have to be a number one or two guy no more. So Sixers, I mean, the thing about Sixers is well, they got like I said, VJ.
What's
They got
his
some good young talent there.
hold on, bro. What's his cap hit? What's his salary?
Who?
I know he's signed a good deal.
Podcast P.
It's like 52.
Now that's a
It's like 52.
that's a terrible contract. That's a terrible contract.
Yo,
Now, the one thing I
I
like
wish
about
I
Paul
knew,
George is
bro.
though,
I wish I knew how to laugh like Tommy from Martin, bro. I'd be laughing like that right now.
Paul George don't be taking no accountability. The one thing, Paul George don't be taking no accountability like that, bro. That's one thing I can't stand Paul George, bro. Like you don't be taking no really accountability like that. It's always some type of excuse, and then it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, we'll see, man. Cause I don't know, cause he got perform. He got perform. he got performed be at least the third, perform as a third guy on the team. Because the bars, because they could have kept Tobias Harris how he played last year.
There you
All
go.
that like that was crazy. Like, you could have took that. You could have kept Tobias Harris for that. So it's gonna be interesting for the Sixers. I like VJ. Of course, you got McCain, Tyrese Maxey. They shoot even a dude. They got some good. They do got some good young talent over there. I can't lie. So
Yeah, but
we'll see what happens.
the only guy who's actually game is Tyrese Maxey. Like the dude plays, he's available every night. He plays hard. You just build around that, bro. And you just try to return some value for these other guys. Fire sale, bro. At Rasul's, bro. Fire sale,
We'll see. I think this is like the last. Listen, this is it right here about the drum beat experiment per se. Like this is going to. I mean,
bro. Before this, it was stomach problems, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about digestive issues. This dude's just,
yeah,
it's just it isn't meant to be, man. He's missed more games than
I
he's
think
played in his career.
How old is
I,
he?
just, I think he's a.
I tell you what, we got a better chance of seeing another Diddy party than we do.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And also, too, y'all, Diddy still facing up to when he gets sentenced October 5th, and he still can get sentenced up to 20 years.
Dude, but they're only hitting him with like two of the charges.
I know, but still, I mean, he
I guess
listen.
what the
I,
individual.
I I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. Other people need to get locked up too, besides him in that situation. But that's neither like that's. And although to y'all people over in that court and y'all people in that courtroom making fun of that with the Diddy, oh, that was disgusting too. I seen people celebrating, regardless if you would support them or not. That was disgusting. That was
Bro,
you
there
not.
were people there were
Yeah,
people
that was.
celebrating
Come on,
OJ when he lost the civil case.
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, man. People don't keep the same energy though. I know that though, because
Yeah, well.
I think Diddy gonna get more. Because I don't know. Listen. That whole OJ thing, I get it, but he was found not guilty, and y'all still treat him like he was guilty. I don't. I'm just
Yeah,
certain people was the same way, and it's like y'all celebrate it
yeah.
in different situations. So it's like
It's messed up how they
I
set him
might
up.
like
It's
yeah.
messed up how they set him up in that hotel room, bro, with all his stuff too.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. LJ was tripping though. I ain't gonna lie. He could
No, but that
avoid.
Bro,
was
but they took everything
He
from
could
him,
avoid.
man.
Yeah, but he could avoid. They call the cops, bro. Listen. Here's the thing. You're going. You got to listen. They've been wanting you at. They've been wanting lock your ass up for a long time, dog. You gotta understand. Like I get it. I get it. Like in certain things, like this, my stuff or
Bro, he
whatever.
showed up with the goons, bro, ready to go to war.
He would and I understand though, OJ. Like, bro, you gotta come on. You know they've been wanting to lock your ass up for years now.
Yeah.
Like they don't. Listen, society. Listen, you got. Hey, you can't take it out your own hands, man. But
Yeah.
it was dope though seeing him on Cameron podcast. It is what it is. It was dope seeing him in that light in his last years, whatever,
Hmm.
talking the game and all that stuff.
Yeah, I never really had that
In a
platform to
positive light.
really discuss it, right?
Now he did crazy thing he did, but when that situation happened, you know what I mean? Like the NFL, sports media, like they you know it's the NFL, they don't like talking to OJ Simpson. They don't really mention him at all.
Not at
exactly,
all, bro.
especially in the record books when they bring up
Right.
history. Oop, nope.
Yeah, like they be like OJ Simpson. She's like
That'd
so
be funny as hell. They say his full name, bro. His government,
OJ Simpson.
whatever the hell it
OJ
is.
Simpson.
What am I?
I remember
I know he
Latavian Bell was trying to call himself the juice and all that. Man, stop it, bro. You can't call yourself the juice, man. Come on, dog. Like,
Who?
Ben, Steelers old running back.
Le'Veon.
Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
That's Latavian Bell. Le'Veon Bell. I mean,
He thought he was juice, bro. Come on, man.
he called that was his nickname. He calls it. That was like when it was like, come on, you ain't no juice, man. Come
And
stop
look
it.
Yeah,
how
come
long
on,
he
bro.
lasted after he left with the Steelers.
Stop it, man.
You know, I met him, bro. I
Really?
met him. Yeah, he was playing hoops at a Anytime Fitness gym in Pittsburgh when I met him. That dude was playing pickup games, bro, in the off season.
I don't be doing that low key though. They be getting like I know I seen they be
That's a
saying
lot of risk,
I saw
bro.
that.
That's a lot of risk.
Yeah, but they be. I mean, I don't know. Okay, that should be. Yeah, it definitely the risk. I mean, if I'm getting paid millions, yeah, I don't know. I'll be playing basketball.
With a bunch of people who might hurt you, bro. Like you go up
Yeah,
in the
like
air, like he was, bro. He was an amazing athlete, bro. He was flying all over the gym. That dude was finishing at the rim, fast as hell, strong as hell. You know, that was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Miles Garrett, he be playing pickup games. Like I know he was dunking and all that. I think he would play.
They're
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
These football guys are nuts, man. I wouldn't do it.
They real strict, but they real strict on quarterbacks playing pickup games though. They
They
real strict on
sure
like
they
I think you
sure
a quarterback.
call them
They
out.
can't you can't when you a quarterback, like they real strict, like nah, you can't do none of this, like at all.
I remember True. I don't know if you remember when Lamar does this little thing every year. They was like, "What is he doing?" It was his own event. What is he doing?
Yeah.
You guys
What is
remember
he doing?
Kellen
He did that with
Winslow
Pat.
Jr.?
Huh?
You remember Kellen Winslow Jr.?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I
please.
remember when he wiped out on his motorcycle over there, the rec center
Oh
where I used
yeah.
to go work out at. He
Yeah,
was
yeah, that's one. That's a
I had
no. That's one thing. That's I
out of
think that's like a
college.
that's a thing in part of their contracts or their professional contract they added. You can't be on I don't think you can be on motorcycles. I think that's definitely in the contract because like you
that
know they
was a
don't.
Ben
It's a high.
Roethlisberger thing too when he wiped out on his. I
Big
remember that.
motorcycle. I remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Ben
Granted, especially you
Roethlisberger
at
got to stay out of bathroom stalls too, bro. He needs to cut that shit out.
that's yeah, man. That's yes. It's gonna be interesting NFL season though.
For you for who?
Yo, True, are you still a Patriots fan? Is that what's up, bro?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm still a Patriots fan.
I don't know why
They still a Patriots fan.
he even had
I'm
he
still,
even got a
I'm still,
nickname for this dude. This don't make no sense. This
I'm
nasty work.
hard though, Sean. Catch up.
All right.
I'm a Baltimore
All right,
Orioles
True.
fan. I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan.
Baltimore
I'm a,
Orioles.
yeah, I'm an Orioles fan.
Since
We still
when?
can win our division. We still. I've always been an Orioles. I've been an Orioles fan for a long time.
Which player got you to be an Orioles fan?
Kyle
I'm
Rip.
from Maryland. I'm from Maryland. I'm from Maryland.
Ah, Cal Ripken. Okay, so you go way back. All right.
No, I mean I'm from Maryland. Period. Shout out to Kyle Ripken, a legend, a Hall of
Yeah.
Famer. But
Yo, what about
I don't know
Brady
my.
Anderson with those 52 dingers that one
Hey,
year? What happened, bro?
hey, man, it is
What
what it. But
happened?
we coming back though. We trying to get back to where we need to be.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
but true.
They
What I'm saying is Brady Anderson hit 52 home runs and never did nothing like that ever again. What was it, bro?
they did. I don't know, man. It just happens like that. But I think this era though, because AL is still wide open. I know our record is where we at, but it's wide open. It's still early in the season. We're gonna win that division.
Bro, it's July.
Tiffany, I
What
don't.
you mean it's
I mean,
early in the
Tiffany
season,
not
bro?
Tiffany a Baltimore Orioles hater though, so I don't know why
Look at him straight.
she like to watch
Ask him when
she
the
like the
last time.
Capitals.
Ask him when the last time they won. They won the championship.
It
Keep it
don't matter. It don't
up.
matter. They gonna win a championship. They gonna win a championship before Lamar do. I tell you that they gonna win before Lamar.
You
They gonna,
nasty work, sir.
hey, they
Nasty
gonna represent.
work.
They gonna represent.
Uh, I don't
They
think
gonna
so.
they gonna hold it down.
We
The Warriors gonna
we
hold it
do
down.
play each other this year. You doing all that talking. Don't try to hit me up when
I'm
you
just
get
saying.
embarrassed, okay?
The Warriors gonna hold it down. It's like, yeah, okay, Lamar, but still, you know what I mean. This is what we do over here.
You
The
ain't win
city,
nothing. How many?
they said, come on.
Yeah,
They
you
said, they
better.
said, they said, they said the Ravens. You know what I mean. They said the 30 purple and black. They're gonna be orange
The
black.
Ravens got two
After a
Super
couple,
Bowls. So
you
what have
right.
y'all done
You
lately?
right. That's good. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Hey, it's all about.
And
It's
we
all.
working
Listen,
on that
we got
third
listen.
one.
When you carry a city for that long, when you carry that sport, when you as a major
Hold
sports
up,
city for that
Tiffany.
long,
Hold up, Tiffany. Is Lamar gonna do it? Is he gonna win a championship in
See,
Baltimore?
this what I mean. But you gotta have some type of luck because I can't say that. What if somebody? What if Derrick Henry was? I'm not wishing injuries, but I'm just saying you just don't never know. What if something happens? You just don't. You That's why you do got. They do say you got to have luck on your side.
course you do. You need good fortune.
Yeah,
Everything
that's what
gotta
I'm
have them.
saying. Like, and them injuries can get you that you don't know what the heck is going on. Yeah.
Right.
All I know is this. All I know is this, man. All I know when
Since, since
orders
they
are
claim
carrying the
since
city
they
for long,
claim this is a super team, but Patrick
I,
Mahomes with
I don't
a
know.
prime Travis
I never,
Kelsey and
I
Tyreek
never
Hill
get
wasn't a
super
super
team.
team.
I never get a super team
Yeah,
argument. That is
this is a
football.
super team
That's
all
just
of a
football.
sudden.
I
Where?
don't get that. But
Because people
listen,
take pay cuts to come
God
play with
damn,
them players.
God damn, how many? Shout out to everybody on Twitter showing love. 130 people watching on Twitter, man. Shout out to
Oh,
y'all,
shout
man.
out to shout out.
Shout out to people watching. I don't know if y'all bots, I mean, because you know how y'all must be doing. I don't know. But shout out to y'all been watching. I'll repost it on Twitter too. If you want to follow me on Twitter, if I have a Twitter, TruDaKingTV, same as on my Twitch. Uh, all that stuff, man. Like, that sounds y'all dope. Continue that like button, y'all coming in. Continue that like button. Shout out
Yeah,
to that one person watching on Twitch too, man. Shout out to
because
that one
training
person
camp is
watching on
about to
Twitch.
start really soon for all of our
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
May Day. May Day. It's gonna be May Day.
See,
So we playing the
look at
ball
this. This is straight
May
nasty
Day.
work. Mayday. This dude ain't
May
done
Day.
nothing, and he already got
Hey,
a new
Pro
team.
Bowler. Pro Bowler. I'll tell you that. He was Pro Bowler last year.
Lamar and the other quarterbacks
That's
turned
a
it
personal
down.
problem.
So
That's
if
a
you want to
personal
be
problem.
known,
Like he turned down that training camp. Like he turned down voluntary training camp too, huh? Like Lamar
who
did. He turned down mini camp.
who turned down minicamp?
Lamar Jackson did. Then he
No, he
turned
didn't.
down mini camp.
He came to the voluntarily thing. So don't try that.
Man, he turned that down, huh? Too. He
No,
turned
he
that down
didn't.
too,
He
didn't
showed up. So what are you talking about? You know
he?
what? You nasty. You a straight hater.
Turned that
You
down.
think you should be a hater.
All I know is May Day. It's gonna be May. It's
You
gonna
know,
be
no
May.
Mayday, nothing.
May Day. It's gonna be May Day. It's May Day time, man.
Yeah, Mayday, nothing.
May Day. Drake
Tell
May Day.
Mayday to take to make a real Pro Bowl. Tell him to make an All Pro.
Hey,
Even tell him to make
hey,
an
y'all
MVP.
gonna see. Y'all gonna see this year though. That boy, listen. I want to see what North Carolina do to this football team gonna do this year too, though. Hey, shout out to Hitman Next in the building.
What up, hit man?
Shout out to Hitman Next, man. Day one supporter for real. True story, y'all don't know. Hitman X encouraged me to drop content on my YouTube channel. So shout out to Hitman X if y'all didn't know. You know what I mean? Um,
Dre Day, Dre.
yeah,
Huh?
Drake. It's May Day, man. Drake May Day. Come on, man. Hey, um, we signed Dame. I don't know. We signed Dame. I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. Now I know another guy contract getting bought out.
Who?
Now I ain't gonna lie. You do a individual video on this too, but I ain't gonna lie. If this person gets bought out, I'm more excited on this. That's
Who?
Bradley Bill. That's Bradley Bill. And I understand he got some injuries, things of that nature, but it ain't Achilles, and he's gonna be ready to go beginning of the season,
Hmm.
right? A ball handler, he can score. You know what I mean? We know what like for Dame is still a question mark, right? We don't know exactly how he gonna be after the injury, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
little question third, but Bradley Bill was giving you almost 20 points a game with KD and Devin Booker. You know, 17, whatever, good efficiency, whatever. So we know he can still get a bucket at a solid, at a high level in a sense, right? A ball handler per se. We get him for cheap. Now I think that's why I'll be more excited on that.
We'll
Be more
see.
excited on that. That'd be because shoot, that contract, boy. If he gets bought out, well, they say he'll go to they said the Bucks, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, yo, Jason Tatum, go talk to your big bro. If he gets bought out, go talk to your big bro, man.
Yeah, that's one thing. If relationships do count, if somebody could sway somebody.
That's why Dame him and Damon Tatum is real cool. That's why I think Dame has some mutual interest because it would he already cool with Jason Tatum, so let's say what Bradley Beal did this year exactly. If the contact, he averaged 17 exact points, Shot 50% from the field, almost 50. I'm gonna give he get that. Nah, he don't get that round of respect. He don't get that round. He shot 49.7% from the field. Um, 30, 38.6% from three. So I mean, that's solid. That's solid. 3-point assists. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't mind that. He's bigger than Dame Lillard, so defensively wise, we don't got to worry about that.
He way
Like I
bigger.
said, and then if he can play now, you can see the chem that you know what I mean. He can help with the chemistry with the roster we have now and the guys going forward. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't mind that. That's a definitely don't trade for him. Please don't trade. I ain't saying that. I do not say trade for him, but if he gets bought out, hey, he come on board and then try to get I don't know. And then and at that point, definitely trade Anthony Simons at that point.
Yeah, you
Hey,
wouldn't need him at that point. Become expendable, just return some kind of value.
get Claxton. Simons for Claxton.
You
Damn. And
So
now and now
you think
Brandon
Brandon
Bird to be on the
better than getting
and
Dame?
that and
It.
I mean, I think it's
um
the process, like True was saying. It's
as of right now, yes. As of right now, yes. That could change if Dan comes back and we see how he plays. You know what I mean? Because I think Dan can still be maybe a 15-point game scorer. That'd be good. That's why I said 15 million for in a minimum. God can give you 15 points on the minimum contract is always good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if Bradley Bill give you 20 a game, I think Bradley Bill still give you 20 a game. 20 a little bit over, maybe more than that, right? Because he averaged 17 in and out the lineup. It's not starting with Katie and Devin Booker. You know what I mean? If he can do that there, he could. I think he definitely could give you 20 something, 20 on Boston. A shot creator, another ball handler. A shooter. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. And one thing about Dame, we do have to worry about the defense because of his size and things of that nature. Bradley Bill ain't known for the great defender too, but he's bigger than Dame, so it ain't going to be it's a lesser
oh,
issue.
True. I forgot to ask you, bro. What was your take on Paul Pierce? What he said, bro, recently?
He was clearly trolling. He's trying to get clicks. You know what he's doing.
What did he say?
Like he know what he's doing. Like don't get like Paul Pierce he does feel highly of himself as a basketball player, but he's
Right,
trolling.
right.
He's trolling. And if you notice what he's saying too, because they did like a King of the Hill or like who can you because he was like he basically was saying I was a more versatile scorer. Like he was basically describing himself as a more versatile scorer, but like no, you say you're the pure scorer. That don't mean nothing. So like he's trolling. He was clearly trolling. So it's like, come on, bro. Like
Yo, but Paul Pierce was him, bro. That I mean, he was
he was.
amazing offensive force,
Yeah, he was
bro.
raised, but he clearly was raised. He clearly was raised. Listen, I'm not mad. I'm not. I knew he was doing though, because people were gonna mean, hey, yeah, clearly what he was doing though. Paul Pierce game was cold though. Paul Pierce
Yeah,
was.
he
He
was,
was.
bro. He was fantastic.
Yeah, but he was trolling. He was trolling.
Bro, he was just in the league at a time where, there were just incredible offensive players. Like Kobe was in the league and, AI was in the league. I think they had some cross time together, about 5, 6, 7, 8 years. You know, um, T Mac was in the league some of those years. Bron was in the league. It's hard to be the best, bro. He's one of the greats. That's undeniable. He played at a high level for a long time, man. I mean, I remember moments even at the end of his career in Brooklyn where he was hitting game-winning shots, bro.
Yeah, he had a
You
game. He had a game with Sean Withers in a playoff game.
I
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah,
They was
yeah,
about to,
he was.
about to go. I
Yeah,
was
Paul
shocked. They
Pierce
go
definitely one of the clutches. Yeah,
Eastern
and
Conference.
Pierce definitely one of the clutches, dude. Pierce was one of the clutches dudes. I ever saw, man. When it comes to Paul, like listen when Paul, I even watched Celtics game when Paul Pierce had the ball in his hands,
You felt
like he
good
could do
about it,
something
right?
with that.
Yeah.
He could do something. Like ball in his hands, he can make something happen.
But
Like
he be
that's what
straight
I mean.
hating. He be capping. He be doing. He
You know what I
be
you know what I think it
capping.
is? You know what I think it is, Tiff?
What
I
he?
think I think because he often gets overlooked, I think it bothers him a little bit, you know?
And True always try to defend this man for his little capping,
I don't
right?
think he can. Like I don't think it. I don't think it bothers him. I think he be because listen cause he do, but like I think he do be like. Of course, he be feeling like people be slighting him though, but it's like he understands though because he is an understanding that listen, you can say what you want. The players respect my game at the end of the day. Y'all can say what you want, but when you go in the history books, I'm in there with your going toe to toe with your favorite players, which he did. Like that's I mean, it's not a lie. Like he gave Kobe problems. You know what I mean? He gave
Yeah,
LeBron
yeah.
James problems. He
Yes.
gave all these guys. He gave all these guys buckets at the highest degree in big game situations. This goes to anybody. So it's like I mean, hey, you can say anything about Paul Pierce. Like I do, and he got sometimes he got too much dip on his chip at times. But I mean, I think people do be trying to discredit him and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when Draymond Green. That Draymond Green didn't help at all. Like man, they ain't here for you. You, you trying to have a Kobe tour or something. Like remember you trying to. He was like
How you gonna disrespect a legend like that,
you
man?
ain't Kobe you ain't Kobe you ain't Kobe you ain't Kobe. I was crying, Draymond. You ain't Kobe. I
How
was like yeah.
you gonna
Don't do
disrespect
that.
the grades like that, though, man?
Draymond Green can't announce his retirement. He can't go. He can't announce his farewell tour because they gonna do that stuff to him. Man, you ain't
Yo, true.
farewell tour.
I hear cats telling me Draymond Green going to the Hall of Fame, first ballot, bro.
I believe, yeah, absolutely. He's first ballot Hall of Famer. I agree. I agree.
Oh hell
I
no,
think.
bro.
How he
Hell
not?
no.
What?
Hell
One of
no.
He not.
hold on, arguably the best defender in his generation, his era.
Really? Really, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's winning all the
Outs-
DPOYs while he's in the league?
Okay, so okay, but we have come on. Rudy Gobert is a great defender, and he's gonna be a Hall of Famer because of the accolades and things of that nature, right? You're not gonna say you don't think Rudy Gobert is a better defender than Draymond Green.
No, what I'm saying is Rudy Gobert's winning all the DPOYs, whereas Draymond Green, you just said he's the greatest
Yeah, but
defender of his era.
awards. I don't think awards though don't necessarily make you a better defender per se because Marcus Camby has a defensive player
Yeah,
of the
but
year.
the same people that vote the Hall of Fame are the same people voting for these awards, is what I'm saying.
No, that's well. You got some people are, some of them not. I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying, but
right.
the point is though. I think, but if you go to the history, if you look over the history and like that, I mean, yeah, he fits that criteria. I mean, he's still the best defender of his generation. I get it. Like he don't got the multiple defensive player of the years though, but like I mean, the man been elite defensively for a long time. I mean, the man was running for defensive player of the year last year. So it's like, I mean, and at a advanced age, by the way.
So you're gonna put him in the
James,
same company with Worm, bro, and those guys that win in
um,
defensively. You know what I mean?
I'm necessarily not going. I didn't necessarily say that, but he's up there defensively. I didn't say he was necessarily top 10, but when you talking about Draymond Green defensively, I don't listen. You talking
Like
about
Ben
character.
Wallace is going in defense. You know, defensively. Dwight Howard's mostly defense, right? I mean, he scored. He has some great
I
offensive
wouldn't say
seasons.
I wouldn't say Dwight Howard because he got some lot of. I mean, that man was 20 point. You know, what I mean, he got a lot of
Yeah, yeah, he had
more
a good
scoring.
peak. He had a good peak. True. But like Rodman, Ben
Yeah, but the thing
Wallace.
about Dream, although the thing that make Draymond so important is the fact that his role on the Warriors, though, granted, he would never actually be the best player though, but his style when it comes to with Curry, you know what I mean, he was very important when it comes to when it comes to Curry being at his best. When it comes to the passing and things of that nature, the passing, his playmaking was very valuable even to this day for the Warriors. You know what I mean? Because
You
listen,
got him as a you got him as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
yeah, I think he's definitely first ballot.
Damn.
I think he's definitely first ballot because he's one of the best defenders of his generation. His when it comes to his playmaking and his passing, um, like I said, I mean, it's very underrated. It is very underrated because they desperately needed it. Even when you look at the Warriors team, when he's not on there, they do suffer. When he's not playing, the Warriors is a history.
Yeah,
They
but
do struggle.
when Steph went out and it was just him, bro, they won like 13 games.
You know, also, I mean, he was hurt. So he also missed a season too. Not granted, that is fair. I'm not saying that's not a. I'm not nobody. Listen, I ain't saying they can do stuff without Steph Curry. Like I don't think like you didn't even have to even mention that point to like I agree on that. But I mean, but it is but when he's not on that floor, and I'm not saying he's more important than Curry, but he was very impactful. Like people forget if they would have won Game 7 against the Cavs in 2016, he would have won Finals MVP.
You think so?
So like I mean, yeah, you remember that 30? He
Yeah.
had 30 points. Remember he had that 30 point
He
triple
did.
double.
Yeah, yeah. He
If
did
they would
have a couple
if
of
they
big
would have
games in
won,
that
if
series.
yeah,
But he
if
was never able to recreate that. Like if you notice his
no,
career, like in terms of productivity,
but
he like fell
he
off after that year.
yeah, but his impact is still there. His IQ is still there. His defense, you know, because I'm like he's still a elite defender. He's like he thought that never went down. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
bro, you're making him sound
Offense.
like he's Bill Russell, bro. Damn.
No, I didn't say that. But I mean,
Yo,
he been a.
you ain't
I
having
never said
that.
that. I
You know
never
what I'm
said that.
saying? I mean, they talk about
I never
impacting the
said that.
game and the Hall of Fame. It sure sounds
No,
like he's Bill
but I mean,
Russell. Now.
but no, but I'm saying I mean, he's like when it comes to his dudes on that Warriors team, some old guy is actually be a facilitator for years for that team. Come on, you, Steph Curry's main job is to catch the ball and shoot. Who's giving him that ball? Draymond Green. You know what I mean? Majority of the time, who's telling people where to what I mean? Where to go and things like that.
He's gonna be the Walmart greeter, the best Walmart greeter of all time.
I mean, you could try to say that, but like I say, he's one of the best. He one of the best. He's arguably the best defender in his generation, right? And like I said too, like let's not forget too, like when it comes to the influence on how the game is the day. Granted, you had small ball back even back in the day, right? Dennis Rodman playing the five, right? But Draymond Green, like when it comes to like, 'cause let's not forget, you talk about like he was also a stretch. He was also a stretch at one point in time. I mean, he still is able to stretch the floor, right? Because of his ball handling abilities, right? His ball
Yeah,
handling
but I
abilities
mean,
is able to shoot the three
everybody
ball.
plays off though. They're not even really viewing him as a
I
threat.
mean, yeah, now more now. Well, he shot well this season, a couple seasons, but I get what you're saying. But like, I mean, he still is a somewhat of a he still give you spacing because of his passing and his able to handle the ball, right?
Hmm.
Because it's like because you playing. Let's say you playing because he can play the five too. That what makes Draymond Green so great, able to play the five and still offensively still can be effective. You know what I mean? So like especially when he's hitting his shots and things and especially at one point he was right. Because I remember like he was like forward, like he was like a stretch big for real. Like it was a time when you couldn't sag off of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
his shooting really regressed recently last
yeah,
few years.
he now he no he funny. Well, no, he did it did drop back again, but okay, it did drop it back again though. But like that
Well,
yeah, but even
I'm
with that,
talking like if you go back to
yeah,
2015 and
yeah,
16, you know, like
absolutely,
those years,
yeah,
he actually shot. I mean, damn near league
yeah,
average. You know what I mean?
yeah. He was more yeah, but like I said, nine like last year, all defensive team at 34 years old. Well, let me see, at 34. No, 35 years old. He made all defensive team at 35. Like, I mean, because that's when
What did Hakeem do in 95?
I'm talking about Draymond. Then
Right. You
in
want to talk about
94.
somebody doing something at an advanced stage. What did Hakeem do in
No,
95?
and granted, I'm not comparing Draymond to Hakeem. But we're talking about his era specifically. I mean, you maybe got Kawhi Leonard, but I think Draymond edges Kawhi off of the longevity, of course, right, of the staying ball playing at the level of defense. And like I just think I'll take him defensively over Rudy Gobert because I'm trying to think what other person in his era time he played from 2013 to now, right?
Hmm.
But like I'm not saying it, I mean, granted, like now I don't think he's the best defender now, but I'm saying from his era because like he is the
They
last one. This is
tried
no
that. Hold
secrets,
up,
right?
True. They tried to do that this year. The media tried to
But
spin it like he was the DPOY. You don't remember that back in
yeah, they,
January, February?
yeah, but I mean, yeah,
And
but
we
he
watched
didn't win.
Wemby. We watched what Wemby did before the his health issue,
Oh yeah,
and
Wimby was paying to win.
and then we
Yeah, Wimby
saw
was
Evan
Wimby got
Mobley
hurt.
what he did this year,
Yeah,
and then we
and
saw
I think
Dyson Daniels locking up everybody.
yeah,
The Thompson
yeah.
brothers, they're tremendous.
I thought Dyson should have got over. And I had Dyson and Evan Mobley over Draymond, but Draymond, like you said, like 9 points. And granted, when it comes to scoring, but like this, you gotta look at it also. It said like his career average is 5.6 a game with like his turn. He not really turning the ball over like that. You know
Well,
what I mean?
he's not really handling the ball like that. I mean, the players that have a lot of turnovers are typically the ones that are trying to make plays for
He
the
is, but
team.
he is somewhat handling, but he is somewhat handling the ball though.
Yeah,
Like
but
he is somewhat
if
handling
you
the
look at
ball
the
well.
passes, it's all off of curl screens, bro. There's no risk. You don't expect
Yeah, but
turnovers on on a
yeah,
10-foot pass.
but he do be making the right reason passes though. Like, cause you still can turn the ball over
But they're
while let's
bait,
say dribbling.
bro. Look, I'm not trying to downplay
You can say
Draymond's passing,
you can say
but they're very minimal passes. They're not asking
hey
him
man,
to run to actually run the offense. The offense is happening. He's just holding the ball at the top of the key.
hey listen, he listen. I understand that, but listen, if you notice, Steph Curry was more of the ball
And
handler,
I
right?
also
Curry was
think
just trying to.
true that Steve Kerr is just giving him something to do. Otherwise, he'd be
I,
useless.
yeah, but I don't. But that being said, but Steve Kerr, but Draymond Green being the player that being the facilitator helped made the Warriors better though. And and Curry being more of a not saying Curry's not actually a playmaker or anything. Curry's still the best playmaker on that team, but like you're talking if you're but Curry role was more of a just get a bucket, right? Get a bucket, don't worry about necessarily making sure everybody else eats. That was became Draymond's job as a facilitator. So it's like, I mean,
So
I don't know, like I said,
you're putting him in the Hall of Fame because of
yeah,
his
because
elite defense and the facilitation.
yeah, yeah, Grant, and at that position, that position is very rare. You know what I mean?
Are
Grant, his
you
other guy,
saying as a center?
he's a well-rounded, he's a power forward.
You're putting him
He's a
at the four.
well-rounded, he's a well-rounded player. Like he's a well-rounded player. Like Grant, is he an elite scorer? Hell, fuck no. But he still is able to give you he's a plus as a like when it comes to his offense.
Hold
He's
up,
not
bro.
like a track. Like
You want him on the Celtics?
he'll fit well for the Celtics. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I would love him on. He would be starting power forward. Listen, hey, I wouldn't mind that. I
All
wouldn't
right.
mind that at all. Defensively, he's a plus offensive player. Like he's not a Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, but he's a pain in the
Sometimes
ass
Rudy
too,
Gobert.
bro. That stuff comes with it.
Hey, listen, it's a lot of people. Dennis Rodman was a pain in the ass too.
Yeah, he was.
He'll bug 1 3 P. I get it. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not necessarily like you don't got to necessarily like him, but I'm just
Come on,
being
bro. You know
objective.
this guy been raking people's faces, bro. He's trying to bully Rudy
Hey,
Gobert,
he
bro.
can be dirty. Listen, I believe he all that. But with all that being said, though, I'm
Hey,
not
but
denying that. I'm
the
just saying,
headlock was entertaining when he put him in the
That
headlock.
was Tiff.
listen,
That was
I'm not
nasty
denying.
work. Stop
Listen,
playing.
I'm not denying him being dirty. I've said he was dirty. I didn't say he was dirty. I've been saying he get a lot of leeway, but
Yeah, he does because
I
he
think,
always says, "Why is everybody picking on me?"
yeah, but you asking me if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, absolutely though, like absolutely, because like I said, he's a unique, like I said, he's a unique player. To like I said, he's not necessarily like the elite rebounder, but he's still able to rebound, especially for that size too, being 6'5", 6'6", whatever, right? Which is important. You know what I mean? So like I said, and he was a big part of like I said too, like when you have a dynasty, it's gonna be like they're gonna have multiple guys in the Hall of Fame. Of course, you got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Curry. Shoot, maybe Iguodala, Iguodala not no first ballot, right? He's not first ballot, but Iguodala may have a in the Hall of Fame because of that.
Yeah,
He won
yeah. I
four
mean
champ,
that the basketball
he
Hall
won
of Fame
four
is a different.
championships.
It's a different thing than like the NFL Hall of Fame.
But like I said, Draymond Green was a big part of a team that won four championships, right? It's gonna be hard to say he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer when you've been the best defensive player on those four. That's not like you know what I mean. the context of that too, him being a big part of the Warriors franchise, especially in them championships and that dynasty. And look, I mean, hey, I think he definitely be first ballot. It's super cut. I mean, I don't know
So
that
what
first
you're
ballot.
so what
I
you're
know.
telling me is that Steph Curry should be in the Hall of Fame twice, one for him and one for Draymond Green.
Are you saying that? I mean, look, but listen, hey, you can say that, but if listen, you can say that, but Steph Curry got better when he wasn't at when he was play. He played more off ball.
I mean, he was more dangerous, right?
He was more dangerous, and how and one of the reasons why he was able to do that because of Draymond Green elevated role
Well, I also
when he was
I
playing,
think it was. I mean, maybe, but I think it was more about
and and
Klay Thompson.
and
But
defense. I mean, you can say that, but they wasn't. But like Draymond, that team got better, and Grant Clayson got better too. But that team also got better offensively when Draymond was able. Okay, he was handling the ball, passing it. You know what I mean, pushing the pace and things of that nature.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like I said, defensively, I mean, like I said, one of the best defensive players in this generation. So that I mean, that's the main. I mean, you can't deny that, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, let me see his accolades too. He got the
Got some All
he
Star
do
games.
he do got some accolades too.
And
I mean,
let's be honest. They said that if the Warriors would have won that game 7, was it 16?
yeah,
If they would have won, they said he was going to be the Finals MVP because
yeah,
he was
All-Star,
getting them. He
yeah,
actually was
four
showing up with them points.
DPOY. He was DPOY. 9-time All Defensive Team, 5-time NBA
Oh,
First.
he getting in off that 9-time defensive team.
Yeah, 4-time All Star, 4-time champion, and mind you, guys also too. He had a great college career too. So that's so. I mean, he had a great college career, Big Ten.
Where did he play
He
at
coming
Michigan
from
State?
Michigan. Yeah, so I mean, you
Yeah.
add that in there, he definitely gonna be a first ballot because I mean, you got his jersey retired Michigan State. You know what I mean? He was a Big Ten tournament outstanding player, Big Ten All Defensive Team, 2-time third team All Big Ten, first team All Big Ten, Big Ten Player of the Year. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? He was I think he was college player. I think he was National Player of the Year.
Really?
The NABC. Oh, let me see.
Man, I don't remember him all like
Yeah,
that, bro.
I think yeah, he was Player of the Year. He was college Player of the Year.
And he
I
went
mean,
all the way. He
mind
slid
you,
all the
like
way to the second round, huh?
yeah, I mean that's how it be though. Like Luca
Yeah,
Garza
yeah.
was the Luca. I mean a lot of Luca Garza was
And who's that guy that they
national guy.
said had who didn't get this draft? He scored, but they didn't draft
Yeah,
him.
that's how it is all the time though. Because they look at you. Can you translate in the NBA a
Right.
lot? Like Luca Garza, he was national honor. He's mind you on the Celtics now for the trade free agent trade. He DC native too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's from DC.
Oh,
Tiffany, so
so,
he's
so,
from he's
stop,
from
stop it!
DC.
I'm gonna do my homework. So you know what? Don't try to hype this up. You act like
I think he from D. No, he grew up in Virginia. No, he grew up in Virginia.
He
see how
he
you
from the Commonwealth, bro.
Bosnian, yeah, Bosnia, half
Herzegovina.
he's half Bosnia.
trying to set
Yeah,
me up.
he was a second. And mind you, he did technically went to high school in the he went to the Moret School in DC. Okay. Oh,
Hmm.
yes, he went to high
Thank-
school there. But yeah, he was college player of the year, and he was second round pick. So like, it's not like an uncommon. Cause I'm looking at because it's a lot. I about to name like the last like
I think Joker was a second
oh
round pick,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Joko. Yep, he sure
yeah
was.
that he was, but you know how that go. Like that was a rare gem. But I'm talking about like college player of the years. Zach Eady, Zach Eady was a 2-time college player of the year. That man was
I know.
only
And he,
picked. That man was granted he was a lottery pick, y'all. But like I mean to be honest though, bro. I'm not saying Zach Edey is good. Don't get it twisted. I think Zach Edey is good, but he wouldn't. I don't think Zach Edey would be a lottery pick last this upcoming draft. He'd have been a first round pick, but I don't think he'd be a lottery.
because the draft was
That
deeper.
yeah, this year's draft was more deeper. way more, much
And
deeper.
y'all saying next year draft gonna be real deep. So what
Oh
people?
my man, listen.
So
Let
you're
me see.
saying that the Celtics need the tank, bro, and get all their
Whatever they
picks?
gotta do. Look, hey, I don't know what they gotta do.
You
I mean,
call
long we can.
you call it tanking.
All
I'm
I'm saying,
calling to get that future Hall of Fame
all I'm
big one.
saying, listen. All I'm saying is this: whatever to make the team do, got to be right. That's what I'm going with. I'm not opposed to anything. Long as the team is able to compete in 26, 27. You know, I mean, that's my standpoint on it. Like, you know what I mean? Because it ain't guaranteed we get a super high pick. We'll see what happens. Yeah, what's the other? This a dude named Oscar Toshiba, Oscar or Toshibe. Yeah, Oscar Toshibe.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, Oscar Toshibe. It's one dude. He was on. He played with Utah Jazz. He was undrafted. He was College Player of the Year in
He went
2022.
undrafted. Damn.
Frank Mason the third.
I remember Frank Mason.
He played for he played for EuroLeague. He played for EuroLeague, and he drafted second round pick. Jalen Brunson. He was College Player of the Year in Villanova. I remember that. He was second round pick. If I ain't mistaken, was he college?
And
Yep, he was College Player of the Year.
that's crazy.
Granted,
Dallas moved on from him, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
then and he was a second round pick and he killed the tournament too.
yeah. Shoot, Doug McDermott. He was a lottery pick though. I don't count that.
Doug McDermott. I remember that
But
dude.
yeah, but recent years though, you can be College Player of the Year. That shit don't matter. I remember back in the day, you was College Player of the Year. You could definitely get like a boost in the draft. Nowadays, that shit don't mean nothing.
They're looking at other guys from other places.
Now, granted, Zach Edey still was a lottery pick, but still though, like the dude Oscar just he didn't even get drafted. That's crazy. Luka Garza's a second round pick. It's all about can you fit the I guess today's NBA, I guess.
If they think that you can or can't.
Yeah, physical and all that. I
Where
mean,
do you
but
think where do you think Cooper Flag's going to settle in? I know a lot of people like to do comps. I don't know if you do that, true, but what do you think of that kid?
I think he could be a generational talent.
Oh my
I've
goodness.
heard people say that
I'm gonna
too,
be
man.
honest.
True's
I'm
not
gonna
the
be
only
honest
one.
with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen a young guy get co-signed like this in a long time. Like he's getting co-signed by like LeBron, Tatum, all these dudes like are literally saying he's like next up. It's like mind you, people they ain't saying he's good. Like they're saying like he's next up.
Can I just
So
let's just let it play out.
and here's the thing too. He
They say he's
reclassified
the next Larry
like
Nerd, bro.
Who?
I don't think he's gonna be like I don't think he's necessarily the next Larry Bird per se because I think they got different
It's
games.
only one Uncle Larry up in here.
But
Listen,
Dallas
Tiffany,
said
when they compare white boys, that's what they say. If he's white,
They better watch.
he's the next Larry Nerd, you know?
They better watch it.
but I
Even though
will
there's
say
only
but
been one
also
Larry Nerd, every white guy that can hoop a little bit in
Exactly.
college
Not
is the
doing that.
next
I
Larry
will
Nerd.
but I will say this though, but I will say this. He won National Player of the Year as a freshman. So
He was
if you're
17,
the
bro,
people
when he went to college. He
he's
left
saying
high school early.
he the same age as the draft coming up now.
Yeah.
And mind you, he won National Player of the Year, right? The three other people were Katie, Zion Williamson, and AD. Those three
I
guys
don't
were
hear anybody
generational
saying
talent.
he's going to be a bust, but I do hear people saying Ace Bailey's going to be a bust.
Wait and see. It's too early to say that.
That's what I
I
Like I
agree.
said,
I
it's
agree,
too
bro. I don't know
early.
how people come up with these conclusions,
I
but they
don't.
do, man.
Because like I said before, we seen like I said, Anthony Bennett was killing the summer league. Like his summer, like
I'm gonna go look up. I
he
want
was
to
killing,
get
bro.
and look now.
Yeah,
If
Anthony
he,
Bennett was a
I'm being
bum, bro.
serious.
He was
I'm
a
being serious.
bum.
Like he was killing the summer league. He was killing. I'm just being like. Sometimes it don't mean nothing at times. Like I'm just being honest with you. Like Bronny, like people like granted Bronny was struggling, but then like Bronny, okay, he got some reps in the G League. He's one of the best G League players. And the G League is better than summer league. So well, we're the same level per se, but like I say, well, some league gets tricky. I don't know, but you get what the point is though. Like just because of the first games per se, you gotta let them, let guys develop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta let guys develop. You know what I mean? 'Cause they motherfuckers rating shit on Brock Brownie though. Like, granted, he was playing bad. I ain't gonna lie. I talked about it. He was playing bad, but like
Bro,
he stepped his game up though.
they said he was NBA ready. He was 3 and D, and he was going to have a prominent role on the team.
Yeah, first year off the rip, it was crazy. But like he is. Listen, I'll say this though. He got better. He got better the year end though. I'll definitely say that.
So he went from being hot trash to just garbage.
You know what? I ain't gonna say he's guard. Now, granted, I don't know if he's gonna be even ready now. I don't know if he's necessarily gonna be rotation ready now though. But I mean, it's listen. He was one of the best G League players in the league. He was one of the best G League players. So the fact that I mean, people didn't think you should have been drafted, right? People thought you should have been drafted, and you become one of the best G League players. Which, mind you, you can't. G League ain't no joke when it comes to if you try to make to that next level, right? That's a good start.
What they say?
I definitely don't
What's
think
his
he's gonna be
name?
ready.
They say what's his name was better. What was that dude's name, bro?
Who?
You know,
The Lakers drafted him, but then let him go.
I don't believe that.
Oh,
No, I don't think so. You talking about the dude with the braids? I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about nah, he wasn't better. The reason why I brought like he wasn't better because they're not going. They would have kept him or traded him or something like that.
Well, they let him go because they had Bronny. Remember,
Bronny was doing the G. No, they had nothing to do with that. I mean, but here's the thing: if he was that good, you got get another opportunity.
right?
I mean, I don't believe he was like granted, like yeah, he probably could shoot better, cool. But Bronny, not there for defense purposes
One
though.
of
So I mean, we'll see
one
what
of the
happens.
One of the Celtics going to trade for Bronny. That's what I want to know.
everybody thought
I
we was
know,
gonna
man.
take Bronny too on that draft
Wait,
night.
no, I will.
Said
It no sense to trade him now. He's
we
not ready. He ain't ready. He's not ready. There's no point. First, we don't like I said, we already got young guards that were developing, so it don't even make any sense. But if he keep on develop, like listen, hey, if he keep on developing where he needs to be, he's on the right track of development. I'm gonna say that because I didn't think he was going to be one of the best G League players in the league last year. Like if you had told me that, like whoa, like but I mean, there's some people that can't even be in the G League, like it turned rappers. I ain't gonna say names, but
Ah,
I mean, it's people that was, you know what I mean,
who
but you know what I mean. But hey,
who you implying? True, just say the
I mean,
name.
I mean, Langelo Ball. So it's like I mean,
That was
like I'm just saying. Now that's true. He trash. Like I
whoa.
get it.
You
Like he
gotta be
trash.
careful.
He had to become a rapper.
bro,
You be honest, at
he
least.
couldn't even make the developmental team for the
That's what I'm
Warriors,
saying.
man.
At least Bronny, at least Bronny developing. You gotta give him that. At least he okay. Like Grant, but people capping saying that he was ready day one. Yeah, they was definitely capping. But like he developing. Hey, that's all that matters. And he scored 10 points, 11 minutes in the summer league. That's what you like to see. You like to see. So it's hey, I don't like granted. And one thing I do like about Brian too, though, he do understand his role though. Like he said, he needs to like the only way I'm gonna get on the court if I gotta be a defensive menace. Like I respect that. He knows his role. He don't got no superstar ego. You know what I mean? He understands he gotta be a role player. You know what I mean? Like listen, he said he trying to be like a Derek White. So he definitely listen. So that's what I do like. Now granted, now you know who's trash though in the James family? His brother. His brother trash though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
Wait,
Bryce,
which
that
one?
bad?
Trash.
Bryce,
Well,
Wait,
that bad?
not
bro,
Bryce trash.
hold up. They said Bryce
Bryce
is
trash.
better than
Nah,
Bronny.
I ain't gonna lie though. And I said that before too, but looking at his high school, yeah,
What is he a
that man
senior
not even
now or is he a
No, he
junior? What is he?
college. He going to college now. He going to Arizona,
he
right?
going to college. He going to college Arizona.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Dang, bro. You ain't had to put the boy.
that boy trash. I'm all I'm gonna say is this: you look at the mock draft next year. Go find me a mock draft where he listed at least Bronny, right? You can say anything you want about Bron. They were saying he was overrated even back then before the heart stuff, right? He was still in draft boards.
Wrongfully.
No, he was an All American.
What?
Bronny was an All American, bro.
How many seasons did he play at USC?
One.
No, I'm talking about as a high school player.
How are
I'm
Oh,
you?
talking about when he was a high school. Remember, I'm talking about when he was in high school. He was on like the mock boards for like to get drafted, whatever. Like a light, he was like a late first round or something like that, right? At one point, and then after the heart, his heart, whatever, right? He had, of course, he went down, and then when he
Wait,
came back, he
so
didn't
so
play
you
well.
so you believe that he actually earned his McDonald's All American qualification?
Absolutely, you don't get All American for no reason though.
All right, so 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
On a loaded high school team. On a loaded high school team.
I mean, that
You
doesn't
gotta put that.
scream. I mean, like to me, that I mean, I don't know, man.
You don't make McDonald's All American about like you don't make McDonald's All American. They just don't give that to you. They just don't give that to you. Like I feel you, but they don't just give that to you. And fast forward, like so,
Bro,
and
just to give
fast
you
forward.
hold up. Just to give you perspective. Kevin Garnett, as a senior in high school, averaged 25 points, 18 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 blocks.
Who was on his team?
I don't know, bro. I'm just looking at guys
Exactly,
that
man.
were that
I'm,
played
I'm
high
just
school ball that were all Americans.
right. I'm just saying. Bronny played for what? What's the high school name?
think
Um, Sierra Canyon. Sierra Canyon is a loaded school. Like Sierra Canyon is a loaded school. Like with like a lot of NBA talent came from Sierra Canyon.
Kevin Garnett led
So
his
that's
team to a state championship, a 28-2 record. He was Mr. Basketball for the state of Illinois. He was the USA National High School Player of the Year.
I feel you on that, but like he played on Sierra Canyon in a loaded school though, man. He played on a loaded school in Sierra Canyon. Like I get it, but let me see. Boom, boom, boom.
So he basically played for like the
Like
Miami Heat of high school teams.
like to do so I like he just I ain't gonna say he didn't deserve that like that All American. It's like hold up now. Like
Yo,
he
true.
I mean
I
he
never asked you about this, bro. I mean, we've been on the streams plenty of times, bro. Do you think LeBron stacked the deck in Miami, bro?
nah.
No.
Cause Pat that was I mean Cleveland Cleveland was messing up. They was messing up building around LeBron. He went to Miami. Um, he had the opportunity to go to Miami. He was a free agent. He put himself in a great position. I'll say that. But I don't know if he stacked the deck per se. Because 'cause even with that, like even with his tenure in Miami, like D Wade was only his top five, was only a top like D Wade was declining like year after that.
What do you mean? He was
Like
a MVP vote getter the year before that LeBron got to Miami.
no, I'm talking about like the whole tenure LeBron was in Miami. D Wade was not the same guy with LeBron for like you know what I mean. I get it. Like
Yeah, but I
the
was
first
talking
couple
about,
years.
but I'm talking about the assembly of Miami. It was,
Yeah,
people say,
it was a. I wouldn't necessarily. I don't know the reason why I won't say it was necessarily a stack of the deck too, because when they lost in 2011, and then they played against a very very young OKC team, OKC was favored to beat them. So I don't. And one thing about Miami team too, like granted, you have LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. They were very top heavy though at times. They were very top heavy at times. That's one of the things about them. Reason why they
well,
struggle
but
a lot
but
though
you
too.
may, but think about it like this: when have we ever seen a team get assembled that had like if you look at the league MVP votes, LeBron was the league MVP multiple times. Dwayne Wade was in the MVP votes, top three. And
Right.
Chris Bosh had MVP votes. He was like fourth or fifth.
Now I mean, you have seen it before though. That's the funny thing about it. You have seen it before, not
What do you,
personally, but it has happened before. Like we seen, like not seen,
bro?
but
Chris Bosh was the second best big in the league.
nah, he wasn't second best. You guys,
Third,
he was
third.
like he was already a top 10 player, sure. Like, but like I don't know. I don't even say, but I mean, listen, it's Chris Bosh. Like I get it. I mean, it's Chris Bosh, but I don't think he was one
I
of the best
mean,
necessarily in the league per se. But I mean,
I mean,
okay, you got
Chris Bosh made all those All Star teams before LeBron.
okay,
He made
okay,
all those All Stars during LeBron, and then he made All Star games after
yeah,
LeBron.
but check this out. You got a guy like okay, Akeem Olajuwon.
Uh huh.
You got Charles Barkley playing with Clyde Drexler.
Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, remember
Do you know what? Do you know how Clyde Drexler was when he played for the Rockets?
he was all star, bro. He was still all.
Yeah,
He
but
was
yeah,
34.
he was 34.
Okay, but okay, the context of okay how the league was how shaped up. You got Hakeem Olajuwon, still elite basketball player, top five, arguably top five in the game. You got Charles Barkley, that was MV, was he was getting
Bro,
MVP
I
vote.
ain't never heard nobody say that the Rockets stacked the deck for Hakeem. No, I ain't never heard that before, bro.
I'm well, this, but you may never heard that before, but I mean,
That's crazy work, bro.
uh,
That's
you may not heard that.
crazy.
You may not heard that before, but it's a similar situation.
Bro, if I look at the scoring totals for the players that Hakeem played with, I mean, that doesn't hold water, bro.
I'm just saying, like Jerry West played with Elzabella and they wrote Chamberlain at the same time. Like I'm just saying, it happens, bro. It happens. I mean, it is what it is.
All right.
But I mean, that's all. I'm just saying, like, I mean, we can't act like LeBron did it for. And then, like I said, listen, hey, if you want, I don't listen. I don't. If I'm a player, if I'm LeBron, I just did the same thing with the Miami. I would do the same thing. I think everybody
So
would do the same
so
thing.
all right, so you don't think he stacked the deck, and you know, do you think what about the Cleveland team that won it in 2016? Kevin
He had a
Love,
lot more
Kyrie
control.
Irving.
Yeah, he had a lot. He had a lot more control on that. That's the other thing too. Like the most player control or influence he ever had on the team was his second stay in Cleveland. Like he never had that like influential like power nowhere else outside, only besides his second stay in Cleveland. Because he was bumping heads with Pat Riley in Miami. That's one reason why I mean he
Yeah,
left.
that's definitely the reason he left.
So like 2016, they was also mine was getting old too. I mean, he went to Cleveland. I think Cleveland's the best. Y'all
Yeah, but
was the
Miami
best
clearly
situation.
had proven that they knew how to retool
Yeah,
around him. They won multiple championships. They went to four finals.
yeah, but I mean, but I understand that too. But they had to Chris Bosh and all that too. I mean, and also Cleveland was in a better situation. Y'all was in the. I mean, like I said, y'all got Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean, and young guys on that team, and guys they brought within Tristan Thompson, things of that nature. That y'all was in a better situation. LeBron could go there, makes a couple moves. And like even in Kevin, yeah, and Kevin Love was good. Like I'm not nobody saying Kevin Love wasn't good, but when he got to Cleveland, bro, he did not reach people. And granted, he helped Cleveland win a championship, but he did not reach the expectations of what he was supposed to how he played in Cleveland.
Bro, you got to remember they didn't let him play the way he played in Minnesota. He was a
Yeah, but
third he was a third scoring option. They were basically giving him the ball with
he
2 seconds on the shot
he
clock.
he had his opportunities though. Like
Right, but if I
I
tell but if
get
I
it.
tell you you may or may not get the ball in this possession. If I can't score, I might give it to
Yeah,
you with
but
2 seconds on the
I
shot
seen
clock.
but I seen him in the finals, and you got Draymond Green posted up, and you can't do nothing. And I'm not saying Grant. I'm not saying like he couldn't even move Draymond at all. Like he couldn't like Grant. I know you have your battles like it's a back and forth thing, right? But it's like, come on, man, you couldn't even like he had opportunity to show a case at times. Granted, he still don't get twisted. With all that being said, he helped Cleveland win a championship. But like you pulled I mean, he was listen. If you comparing Chris Bosh as a third guy to Kevin Love, it's not even It's not even close. Chris Bosh was way it was sometimes Kevin Love didn't look like the fifth best. It was time he was like the fifth best player. No, yeah, he was the fifth player on the court at times. Kevin Love a
Yeah,
lot of times.
J.R. Smith was the one knocking him
Patricia
down, but
Thompson, but remember, let's not forget too. Patricia Thompson played a lot of those closing lineups as a playing some defense,
that role, sure,
those
yeah,
rebounding.
yep,
And
yep,
J.R. Smith was killing. So I mean, I get it. Like I get it that his role changed though. But if I seen Chris Bosh for the bet, like and granted, if I seen Chris Bosh with literally a similar role that you played, comes to like catch and shoot and things of that nature and create. Okay, you got a mismatch, whatever, and he did a better job than you did. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I get it, but I mean, oh yeah, I'm about to but yeah though, um, shout out everybody from tuning in. Oh yeah, yeah. Shout out everybody from tuning in. Shout out to Sneed. Like I
appreciate
said,
you.
it's that time. Um, I'm gonna chop this joint up. I will. Hey, I'm putting timestamps on these lives now. I figured out a way to do it easier. To put the timestamps so stay tuned for this timestamps. Um, peace and blessings, everybody. Shout out to Sneed, Tiffany Nash, Sean, Maybach Sports. Shout out everybody testing in, chest ready, all that. Everybody in the chat. Shout out everybody on the Twitter, and man. Shout out everybody watching on the YouTube. Hit that like button. Shout out everybody watching on the Facebook. Hold up. Yeah, man. Peace, blessings, peace, deuces, salute, and I'm out.